is make a strong counterattack on electric, because the Hog Rider's 4 elixir, that doesn't actually kill any units. So whatever's remaining on the board, like, oh my god, that's low health. Oh, wow. That Fire Spirit taking out that mini P.E.K.K.A. might have been the difference in a tower going down early or not in this game. Awesome. Let's see if I can pull up this Reddit mini tournament. Boink, 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 boink. Yes. Unfortunately, I think I would have to join it, so maybe this dual screen plan isn't going to work as well as I wanted it to. So let's just cast games then. I'll plan this out for next time. Ooh, I like throwing confetti. The most fun part about casting live tournaments is I get to throw confetti. Oh, I gotta wake up though. 10 a.m. I've been up since about 7 watching this tournament. Rooting for my boy, Man U fan. Bumped in the round of 8, but that's okay. Alright, so we have pretty similar pushes from either side. Hosseyn's going down the right side with a giant backed up by a princess. The princess will be there to push off minions, goblins, skeletons, those sorts of things. Archers on the left side with electric are pretty similar, but here comes the mini P.E.K.K.A. to sort of raise the stakes on the right side. The Ice Wizard will slow it down, but it's not going to kill that mini P.E.K.K.A. anytime soon. Valkyrie is not a great matchup against the mini P.E.K.K.A. either. Mini P.E.K.K.A. should be able to chop it up before it gets down. Now the mini P.E.K.K.A. with the low health is coming in. It's going to clear out that Ice Wizard, and all the Fire Spirits all save the day against the mini P.E.K.K.A. But that giant still has plenty of health in order to knock that tower down. It's not looking great for electric right now, as Hosseyn is both pushing both lanes and has double collectors down in order to increase his elixir economy. Here comes a Hog Rider with an Ice Wizard down the right side. The Hog Rider rides right by the mini P.E.K.K.A., and even though it gets a swing or two in, oh, the mini P.E.K.K.A. cleans it up. But those Archers and the Ice Wizard are going to do a great job at... No, it doesn't finish off the mini P.E.K.K.A. Electric's going to need those Fire Spirits again. Are the Fire Spirits coming out? No, the Valkyrie cleans up both the guards and the mini P.E.K.K.A. now, and the Valkyrie are going to tag team on the Giant, but it's not going to be enough to stop the Giant from getting a second swing off. Ooh, a tower is down, 20 seconds to go. There's only 1,000 health left. If a poison of some variety or an arrows can take out those princesses, this push could be a little more successful, but the princess and the mini P.E.K.K.A. are going to hold off. Oh no! Oh, the Hog Rider goes in. There's 10 seconds left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does he get one more shot? He doesn't, and there's no... Oh no! With 90 seconds left, Hosseyn holds it off. One more swing of the Hog Rider would have tied that game up and sent it into overtime. Great last chance push by Electric, but it didn't just quite work out. Let's see. Who else is battling? Yeah, why not? Let's jump into James YT. In chat, Steelmaster says, I got the log from a Giantess. It's my second legendary in free play. I don't know if I should be happy or sad. You should be happy, because if... Remember, everyone was complaining about Lumberjack, right? Like, they're like, oh, I have Lumberjack. Lumberjack's no good. Well, then Lumberjack got buffed, and now it's great. Log has just got buffed. Will probably get buffed again. So I would not worry about having a legendary that may not be the best right now, because there is no reason why that card's going to be bad forever. Ooh, great job stopping the balloon there before it got a little too close. Ice Wizard and the Fire Spirit's going to finish off those barbs. The barbs are a great defense against the mini P.E.K.K.A. Mini P.E.K.K.A. does not one-hit barbs. Big P.E.K.K.A. does, but mini P.E.K.K.A. does not. Great arrows there. Now, many moons ago, that would have been a 3-for-4 elixir trade, but now 3-for-3 totally even trade. Incredible about those skeletons. They accidentally pushed the princess back and ended up getting killed. Big loss for the Helix to have that happen. Great play of the Cannon and Musketeer here. The Cannon will help take out the Wizard, and the Musketeer will take out the Balloon. Great defense, and James finds himself able to defend, yet still very behind an elixir. Over 4 elixir behind just on the board, not to mention the Helix has an elixir collector on the field. Yes, Cannon and Ice Wizard are an amazing defensive combo. For 6 elixir, you can stop pretty much anything with Ice Wizard and something. Like, Ice Wizard plus blank will stop almost anything, which blows my mind. Ice Spirit, too. Ice Spirit's another very strong card that pretty much from day one of coming out, people started using and going, this card's kind of nuts. But very recently, it's been very, very, very popular. And, oh, great job by chopping down the wizard, but those skeletons are going to distract and gum up the mini P.E.K.K.A. It doesn't kill him, though, so he can double back a little bit. He avoids the freeze to be able to shoot that, but the freeze balloon is going to be a deadly combination. Freeze was the 8th card in the Helix's deck, saved it for the last 30 seconds to really surprise people. Wasn't able to take the tower down, but if he can defend against this Ice Wizard Musketeer push, I would probably favor the giant balloon deck in overtime because its ability just to steal a tower right away. And this is a pretty scary looking counter push. If he gets back up to 5, will we see a balloon? Maybe, maybe not. We do see a balloon, and the question is, will it get pulled to that cannon in the middle? It doesn't look like it. The freeze on the Musketeer holds off the main damage source, but the Ice Wizard's slowing it down. Zap is coming in too. Does it drop the bomb? It does, and steals it in overtime just before the mini P.E.K.K.A. swings for the win. Oh, wow. Helix steals that game. Very nice. All right, who else is battling? Let's try to grab a whole bunch of random folks. Where am I at? We never get to see the people at the bottom of the ladder. And I feel like they deserve just as much press, at least in the first few minutes, as anyone else. Let's get down here. Fabio. the subject of romance novels the worldwide. Oh. Wow, it's a pretty expensive defense there. That was 5 elixir to stop what was a pretty shallow push already, but it looks like Fabio's going to take this one as the time ticks down. Let's try to catch a game right as it starts. Ooh, Daddy's jumping in. We got a fresh game here. Daddy from Me Crabville in Khaled Love NTV for Omni. Real big clans, I'm sure. Very popular. So here comes Daddy down the left lane. Opens with a Giant, which can be a little risky because the Giant obviously is not going to kill anything. It's just 5 elixir trying to go towards the tower. And Omni with his defense would probably be able to get a good elixir trade. Daddy decides to come in with that Musketeer behind and helps clean it up. Very good job. Nothing's going to reach that Princess way over there unless Daddy can reveal a poison, arrows, some other thing. He does! Now that's a very high value poison because not only does it kill, it's 4 elixir, right? It kills a 3 elixir Princess, takes 4 pumps off of an elixir collector, and does 200 damage to the tower. It's a lot of value for 4 elixir. I think Daddy, from his standpoint, allows him to catch up in the elixir race and prevent Omni from getting ahead with 2 pumps at a time. Now, Giants are both pushing down. Ooh, the 3 Musketeers there is a big swing for Omni because if you remember last time, he used his Musketeer to shoot the enemy Musketeer. Well, now, there's obviously twice as much happening to Daddy's Giant, and it's going to go down much quicker. He plays the Lumberjack to try to even the odds, but with 4 Musketeers on the board, actually 5 between both, those 3 Musketeers are just going to rattle up these enemies right here. Wow, the Rage goes down without much effect, although I do think they got a little bit of help off of it. The Valkyrie is a great play against 2 Musketeers, chopping them up and surviving with half health. Moving in towards the tower, he could ignore that, but I do believe that Valkyrie's going to get close into at least a swing or 2. All right, here comes the Giant pushing down. It's interesting that after doing the big push last time, he immediately follows up with the Giant at the river before, or now. He ends up taking out the mini P.E.K.K.A. before the opponent gets too much out, and it was a very valuable push for him to do, because look at that! Just took the tower down, and the Giant, even just for free, gets to punch that and take a few pumps off of the Elixir Collector. So far, the game is looking great for Daddy of Me Crabville. But a pretty sizable counter push is being built up here. That's a half-health Giant with another Giant behind it. Princess, Musketeer, and Mini P.E.K.K.A. backing it up. That Giant might die before really crossing the river. We have Musketeer and Lumberjack and Ice Spear trying to stop it. The Valkyrie, though, on the other side did a great job. Oh no, only to find out that he's about to get surprised by 3 Musketeers on the left. Great play of the Giant there to help distract them and eat up. Like, while the tower is shooting them down, the Giant is absorbing the hit points. Great smart play by Daddy to just absorb the hit points, knowing he only needs to survive for 12 more seconds. It doesn't matter if the 5 elixir gets lost on the Giant, it just matters that you run the clock out while up by 1 tower, and that is what Daddy does. Ooh. Hello, Apex Predator in chat. What's going on, Cy4CS? Appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching. I know it's pretty big. I wish H-Moose would jump into a game. H-Moose is a very good tournament player who I've had a lot of experience with because H-Moose wins a lot of the tournaments on my stream. So thanks for tuning in again and jump into a game so we can watch you battle. I'm going to try and jump into a one right as they get started. Do. Got to refresh. All right, let's jump into this Axel game. I think he just started. Yeah, not close enough. Ooh, the rare no-clan player here in Zach. Zach finds himself surprised early by a mini Peck who gets one little swing off. Oh, thank you, Kamui. Say I learned more. Rum Ham, I learned more from your streams than any other. I appreciate that. And actually, I think the best way to learn high-level Clash Royale is, honest to God, just to watch tournaments. You see the best tournament players, and you really see what works. I feel like the ladder is very, like anything kind of works on the ladder, because the decks are really diverse. Card levels are a huge thing. If you're like over-leveled, even by one level, decks that would normally not work can work. So it's hard to really use the ladder to understand really deep competitive Clash Royale play, but the tournament system is great for that. I mean, I know that ever since the tournament systems comes out, we've really learned who the best players are and really been able to separate the wheat from the chaff. Joda Moroji says, Rum Ham, do you believe that the princess with the nerf doesn't work? What nerf? Because they unnerfed it, if you remember. Oh no! Wow. That actually went really well for Zach on defense. Even though he lost the tower, that could have been much worse. I expected his mini P.E.K.K.A. to get chopped up by the Ice Spirit, but the tower had already locked on to Axel's mini P.E.K.K.A. and killed it. So even though he lost the tower, that could have been like distinctly worse than it was. At least he was counterattacking somewhat afterwards. Oh, how's it going, Fritter Wings? Yeah, Joda Mario, you mentioned that the princess got nerfed. If you remember, they unnerfed the princess kind of right after. They made it so that she fires a little bit faster and no longer misses very fast units. In that case, I don't really think she got nerfed much at all. Her smaller radius doesn't really matter. Axel here leaking Elixir, I don't really agree with that at all. I kind of wish Axel would have just played something, even if it was behind the King Tower. Great play there of the Ice Spirit. Unfortunately, the Miner does not hold out long enough, and that mini P.E.K.K.A. is just going to die to the tower. I don't see how Zach's going to be able to take a tower here. He's behind an Elixir, playing in a Miner Inferno deck that really isn't meant to attack. It's much more of a chip damage, grind you out sort of deck, and when it's down a tower, it has a really hard time coming back. So I think we're going to wrap this game up here for Axel in the next 12 seconds. Just doing a good job buying time. Oh, but maybe I spoke too soon, but that last second Valkyrie comes in to block the mini P.E.K.K.A. and runs the clock out on poor old Zach. Big shout out to all the mods. I never have this many mods in chat. This is great. John Cena Royale. Oh, H-Moose is jumping into a game. All right, let's take a look. It seems like the Royal Giant is still viable, as Fritter. I keep losing to it. You know, Royal Giant's not bad. I never really thought it was overpowered, especially not in tournament play. And I think now it's maybe, oh wow, the Zap Fireball not only takes out 6 Elixir worth of Musketeers, but also takes out about half of the bowler's health. Very high value play by Prince there. H-Moves, with only 600 health left on his tower, has a lot to defend, and he misses the Fire Spirit, which gets in for 1 hit of damage. The guards do block the Miner, saving some damage, but H-Moves is definitely under a lot of pressure right now to have a successful push very, very soon. And it's difficult, though, against Prince of Iran's Fireball and Zap combination. That is 6 Elixir for 6 Elixir. It's an even trade, but it also stops the split push right away. And while this is a really strong push here on the right side, will it get in there before the Miner takes the tower down? It doesn't. Prince is able to cycle back to his Zap and take that game. Do you think that troops that work at tournament cap should work in the ladder? I mean, they do work in the... I don't understand your question, Kamui. Harry's jumping into a game. Who let the Rum Ham out of his cage? I live here. I'm not out of the cage. I just where I live right now. Harry opens up with the Furnace. Now, Furnace is a very underrated card. Interesting card. So if you're new to the game or you're not at tournament cap yet, do not give up on Furnace. Furnace is a very interesting card just because of how the math works out and how towers scale in the game. It's a little long. I don't really have to get it. I'm not going to get into all of it. But trust me on this. Below tournament cap, Furnace is not very good. Your Fire Spirits get 1 hit by towers and never actually make it. But once you hit tournament cap, if you'll watch, these Fire Spirits actually take 2 shots to die to a tower. Watch. 1... Oh, then jumps. But the 2 Fire Spirits that come out of a Furnace at tournament cap and above actually hit the tower and deal damage, kind of like a Goblin Hut. But below tournament cap, they don't. So if you have a level 6 Furnace, level 5 Furnace, doesn't feel very good, stick with it, because you can watch what happens here when you have 2 Furnaces backed up, that things actually start hitting the tower. Look at that! 1, 2, 3! And that is a lot of value. Uh-oh. Great shot by the princess there. Taking out 4 fire spirits all at once. This doesn't look like my kitchen blue armpit. That's right, I moved my setup to my living room. In my living room, I mean I live in a studio apartment, so it's just one room. The old stuff's that way. All right, we got Mini P.E.K.K.A coming down with Fire Spirits. The Fire Spirits are great behind the Mini P.E.K.K.A because they preemptively jump on a lot of things that would counter a Mini P.E.K.K.A, especially things like guards and minions just get completely gobbled up by 2 to 3 Fire Spirits, and that allows the Mini P.E.K.K.A just to continue running towards the base unhindered. I do talk very fast. Oh, we got a big push coming down here on the right side. We've got the... Oh, watch the Fire Spirits. Oh, the Fire Spirits jump in and clear out most, but not all the minions, and it only takes a few minions to do significant damage to the tower. Harry, though, is staying ahead. His Furnace harassment is slowly adding up. Even though it doesn't seem like any of it's doing a lot of damage, it slowly but surely is putting through 100 damage here, 100 damage there. The minions and the Fire Spirits do a great job taking out that Valkyrie, and the Princess survives. Princess is one of the scariest cards against these sort of decks, but by taking a little bit of damage, it allows Harry's Princess to go ahead and win with one shot. Ooh, those Barbs got taken out by 1 Princess shot and 4 Fire Spirits. That log ends up missing. He predicted where the goblins were going to go, but it didn't quite work. His attempted push, though, gave Harry the opening he needed on the left side to finish off that tower. Drow finds himself in a terrible position now with only 20 seconds left to take that right tower in the face of Furnaces and Princesses, which are great defenses. Did I see the Northern Arena tournament? I have been watching it. I'm actually watching it right now here on TV. Here you can see it from my perspective. No, you can't actually. The wire's a little tight right now. Maybe not. But yeah, just to my left here. I've got the tournament up. Oopsies. Oh no, I messed up my camera. Whatever. There we go. All right, let's get back into the more games. Interesting, there was no Zap in Harry's deck, which seems right. Yeah, no Zap. He's just running the Ice Spirit, which I think Ice Spirit and Fire Spirit kind of function as alternate Zaps, and of course you have Princess as well. So it's not the craziest. The coolest thing to me is that Harry's getting away with a level 8 Fire Spirit. Level 8 Fire Spirits can be zapped. They can be hit with, I think, a Princess or some other sort of AoE attack will take him down. Oh, well, that game was just starting and it ended right away. How do I feel about the Bowler? I think the Bowler's fine. Like, it's a very good defensive card, kind of a shockingly bad offensive card, actually. I didn't really notice that until people have gotten better about playing against it and learning how to counter it. But the Bowler almost does nothing on offense because people can just distract it and pull it off to a side. But it's an amazing defensive card. Like, arguably one of the best defensive cards in the game. It's up there with, Inferno Tower and Ice Wizard and things like that. Just great defensive card. This push is terrifying. Let's count this up. 8 plus 3 plus 5. This is a 16 elixir push coming down Marlison's side. And that golem just doesn't take no for an answer. Just walks right through. Pushing that tower down. With 15 seconds to go, I think Marlison is going to have to check this one in because that Inferno Tower on defense was able to hold off the Giant and all of the compatriots along with it. Great Bowler defense there, even with the freeze. Nothing's going to happen in these last 2 seconds. Oh, where I got this shirt? I got my P.E.K.K.A shirt from a Supercell studio tour. I went out to the Helsinki tournament, and Supercell was very, very generous. They took us all on a tour of their studio, and they had like a rack of ClashCon shirts, and they said, you can take some ClashCon shirts if you want. And I was like, ha, 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 ha. So I did. I took a whole bunch of them. I just can't see who just won the last round. Hazard, I think Hazard just won. Upset in 8 from Orange Juice. So it'll be Hazard from Silent versus CC, who I forget from my which clan, in the finals. Ooh, the Fireball there only takes off the shield of the Dark Prince, but does kill the Ice Spirit and the Princess along with it, leaving this Royal Giant relatively unanswered, and then the Mini P.E.K.K.A comes down for Rip the Dream. Mini P.E.K.K.A, probably the best counter to Royal Giant. He only gets off 3 shots. Will there be a defense for this Ice Spirit? Ooh, he's going to get through 1 shot. 2 shots before the Ice Spirit hits. That wizard is probably going to get killed by the princess. Very unfortunate for that 5 elixir wizard. It's unfortunate to see big cost investments like that get killed from across the board by a much cheaper unit. Princess finishes off the wizard and starts chipping towards the tower. Now here's the problem with Princess. You have to answer this card. It's the only card in the game that generates infinite damage if unanswered. She never walks into the tower. She's never going to damage herself. So it forces Fire Bravo to do something to answer her. Oh, and with Fireball down on the Miner, which is sort of a weird counter, these 3 Musketeers are going to come in and tear this up. There is no Fireball to help clean them out. The zap is just not quite enough, and Rip the Dream pulls that tower down and gets the Elixir Collector with it, even worse, and might even do another 500 plus damage to this tower. And 500 was generous, as over 1,500 is dealt by those 2 Musketeers. 2,000 damage is dealt. Another tower is down. It's looking very bad for Fire Bravo right now. Rip the Dream has pulled this one out and might go for the 3 crown. Ooh, no. Well, this will be the last chance here for Rip the Dream, I think, he's got to take not just 1 tower, but 2 towers. So he's actually in kind of a bad situation. Oh, no. And with the Princess and Miner on the other side, it is not looking too great. This might go down as a 3 crown, especially with that Elixir Collector. That really doesn't kill anything, right? It's just a time-buying play, but there's no time to buy. With 30 seconds left, Rip the Dream rips his opponent's dream by 3 crowning with about 30 seconds to go. And 3 crowning is actually very good in in-app tournaments. In like bracketed tournaments, when we get to the bracketed finals, 3 crowning is just cool. It's a nice little style point, but it's not going to get you any closer to the title. Whereas here, in a timed tournament, 3 crowning is great. And oh buddy, the Reddit mini tournament, we have a Reddit clan mirror match. Master Sparky of Reddit Alpha against Vulgar Unicorn of Reddit Charlie. Now, if the ABC pattern is supposed to keep up, then I would expect Vulgar Unicorn to be the underdog here. But right now, Master Sparky is getting off to a rather slow start, as the princes and princesses of Vulgar Unicorn are really giving him trouble. Good thing for that arrows to hit the Lumberjack. Lumberjack has such a small amount of hit points that even spells are pretty effective against him. And will this Lumberjack hit the tower? Probably once. Oh no! Right before his arm gets... Oh, wait, did he hit it once? He did, actually. He was able to nail it once for exactly 200 damage. So congrats, Vulgar Unicorn. Your Lumberjack is a hero. And here comes Bowler down the left lane. Now that Valkyrie is a very interesting choice, because the Valkyrie is going to just probably get wrecked by the Bowler, especially if it's on the other side of the board. He seems to abandon, Master Sparky abandons the left side, says, you know what, that's dead, just let that Valkyrie go. And instead tries to focus on getting a mortar up and start dealing damage. It's working, though, in terms of the mortar is actually getting a significant amount of damage in there and getting some shots off despite the Ice Wizard slowing it down. Will we get one more shot off? It does not. But those 2 barbs should be enough to take down that Ice Wizard. If not, that Ice Wizard's dead to the tower, so no damage will come out of that Ice Wizard. And even though, oh wow, that's Sparky though. What is Master Sparky gonna do against his own namesake? He rockets it! Rocket at tournament cap will 1-hit a Sparky, in addition to, of course, doing a ton of damage to the tower. Great value there, because not only did he take out a 6 elixir troop for 6, but he did about 475 damage to the tower, which is worth, I don't know, 2 to 3 elixir, I guess, worth of direct damage. Now, an Expo comes out. This is the wildest thing to me about Master Sparky's deck. He runs both Expo and Mortar, which just seems crazy to me. But what do I know? Because the Inferno Tower takes out the Bowler. It's going to distract this here Prince. See if a Zap comes down. Oh, Fire Spirits block the charge and allow the Inferno Tower to heat up a little more. And the thing is still shooting. The Expo gets that down to... Well, he has Rocket, so it's within 2 rocket ranges. But he might just have to only cast 1 rocket if this Mortar can get off enough shots. Whoa! Sparky gets taken out with a 6-for-6 trade. 1 more shot comes down, and I believe that puts the tower within rocket range. So now Vulgar Unicorn is in very bad shape. Don't think he can pull out this off unless... Oh, that's right. The arrows comes down, and here comes the rocket to win the game. Just comfortably holding off the push. And once he gets any amount of opening, here comes the rocket. Master Sparky with the Rocket Cycle Mortar Expo deck. Rocket Cycle actually finished second yesterday in the Super Magical Cup from a member of the Clash Wars team, and I've also heard that Turtwig Data, another Siege crafty deck builder from Reddit Alpha, has a Rocket Cycle deck of his own. It seems like with all of the kind of giant Sparky, giant bowler, princey sort of decks, Rocket has really come back into favor. Now here we have a Nova versus Reddit battle as Meave from Reddit Unity drops a Sparky right behind his King Tower to answer Johnny from Nova UK's Elixir Collector in the middle. Smart placement by Johnny here. That Elixir Collector is going to be defended from miners pretty well with both towers shooting it, but what can Johnny do to stop this giant Sparky push? This is a very hard thing to deal with early in the game, especially now that we have the barbs right behind it. Ice Spirit behind that! Great use of the Ice Spirit to freeze, but if you notice that whole push is ground-based. Ah, there goes the minions. Oh no! The Sparky's gonna hit the Lumberjack! What will stop this push? Very early in the game is always the hardest time to deal with these sort of crazy pushes, and the Goblins take it down, and that Sparky's still at half health. Oh no, Johnny UK really needs to be able to zap or minions that thing. It looks like he just didn't have zap in his first couple cards. It was the sixth card that Johnny played, and Meave gets off to an early good start. Johnny decides to pump up in order to try to build back up a push. It'll be interesting to see how Johnny reacts to this, because what he needs to do is put his giant on the other side of the Sparky. He almost needs to wait for Meave to play the Sparky before playing his giant. If he drops the giant early, then the Sparky just goes in the same lane. So now he should probably giant the left lane. Maybe even giant... Oh no! Johnny, you might be losing another tower here because the Sparky is a perfect matchup for a giant, right? It doesn't fight back, it's just a lot of hit points, it walks into it. Here comes... Ooh, I like the Poison and the Princess to help deal with those barbs. The Skeletons come in just a little too late. The Skeletons were there to distract the Sparky and take one shot, but unfortunately not only do they die very quickly to the barbs, but the Sparky ends up, well, killing the absolute crapola out of that Sparky. Now that zap is very effective because it allows the tower to kill the Sparky. Sparky is one of the few cards in the game where it has a 5-second charge up time, but if you zap it, freeze it, stun it, anything like that, it starts its entire 5-second charge up again. So one of the most effective counterattacks to Sparky is to Ice Spirit it, zap it. I'm not sure how else you would stun it, but I'm sure there's some other ways. And basically just distract it, or throw cheap units in front of it. Great job by that Poison and the Princess to help work that Sparky down. Even if it fires one shot at the Giant like it did, it will die to the Poison, and the Giant is up at the tower punching away like it needs to. The Lumberjack, Minions, and double Princess behind are going to make short work of those of that Giant, and if that Lumberjack happens to go down, the Rage effect will really help close it in. No, he does! Johnny does end up taking a tower from me with only 15 seconds to go, and we are going into overtime, folks. While he only has 1,000 health left, Sparky decks are not that great at being down by one. Oh my gosh, the Rage and the Lumberjack, the second Lumberjack Rage goes into effect. The Rings are going, and oh my god, what a surprise 3-crown by Johnny! I did not even really say that. I was looking at defense because Johnny's right tower only had 1,000 health. But great job at pushing over and over again. He knew that with Sparky's very slow warm-up time and this push kind of going, Sparky was no longer much of a defensive option and just kept pushing giant after giant, lumberjack after lumberjack. And the rage effects of the lumberjacks helped those minions and giants push through insane amounts of damage in a short period of time. Great, great game. Ooh, and that's good that only one hit the minions, because if two had hit them, those minions would be dead. It forces Naaman to actually zap when he probably didn't want to. He probably wanted those fire spirits just to kill the minions all on their own. And while Mr. Jess took a little bit of damage, that's the price you pay to get out an Elixir Collector. So probably more than he wanted to take, but Elixir is so valuable, and getting an Elixir Collector out, or even 2 Elixir Collectors out, is very valuable that a lot of players are willing to take 1,000 damage on their towers to get to that situation. We've got Hog Rider and Ice Spirit coming down the lane. That Ice Spirit is going to freeze the Inferno Tower, not only stopping its attack, but forcing it to reset, so when it starts firing again, it has to warm back up. Naaman's Inferno Tower holds off that, and ooh, that Fireball just barely hits the Princess and the tower. Pretty good. What do we got here? The Valkyrie is a good, pretty tanky, so it's pretty decent at absorbing those fire spirits, but Not a great matchup for the mini P.E.K.K.A. But then again, that was only 7 elixir on defense for Mr. Jess against 6 elixir, and the Ice Wizard entirely survives to do a little bit of chippy damage there to the left side tower. Oh no, here comes that Hog Rider in, very well timed because those goblins are still alive and can help surround that Inferno tower. That zap, not very effective though. I mean, it'll help on the defense for Naaman, but the zap did not translate into any additional damage in terms of the Hog Rider pulling off an attack on the tower or the goblins. It was just a zap to the tower, basically. Doink. Doink. Oh no, here comes another Hog Rider, and you can tell that Naaman is playing a very dedicated Hog Cycle deck because every chance he gets, he's dropping a Hog Rider, and while each push is not tremendously successful, by controlling the tempo of the game, you see that he's taken that tower down to 870 and not really, lost the tower yet, although I might have spoke too soon because finally all of that cycling is coming back up to catch him as those Musketeers are just thrashing that right side tower, and it looks like with the double giant, Mr. Jess could even let that tower go down and go for the 3 crown, and I think that's what he's going to do. That is very, very decisive 3 crown for Mr. Jess. So let's go ahead. I'll jump in for a game or two. We'll mix it up every here and there. Let me get in with what kind of deck am I going to play. You know what? I'm going to play, this is a deck that Bakalol actually won yesterday's tournament with, although he played guards instead of minions. I'll get a game in. I'm a big fan of double princes. And I think it's actually pretty decent in this environment. Whoa, and we have Meave, who we saw last time. And I actually am already forgetting what kind of deck Meave played, but he got 3 crowned by a giant deck. By Johnny. Oh, he's playing Sparky. Duh, that's right. Well, here, let's get a tutorial on how to beat Sparky. I have Ice Spirit, I have minions, but the key here is I've got a shield with Mr. Dark Prince. Oh god. One, two, chink. Freeze that guy. Now I took a ton of damage on that tower, but of course so did he! And here comes my counter push. Oh no, those Fire Spirits will probably do a good job and wipe it all out. Yeah, that's pretty good. Fire Spirits are excellent against my deck. I should have played the minions, but he had the Wizard out, so that didn't go too hot for me. I have 2 pumps out now, though, so let's see. Just like last game, Meave took an early lead, but ended up kind of getting beat up once we moved into the double elixir time and the pumps took it away. And here we go. Let's see if we can take this tower down while this character is a little short on cards. Yeah, I think we can actually get in there with this. He's forced to play some elixir here on the backside. And the princess does survive. And let's go ahead and zap to reset that Sparky. So as you notice, he had to spend a lot of elixir to help defend that side. And when he did that, an undefended Sparky is pretty easy to deal with. It's usually not like the thing you're worried about fighting. So here we are, we're going in with going almost into the double elixir time. I still have to defend this pretty significantly. But I like my chances. Let's see that wizard you're going to play. I can zap around. Ooh, not going so hot, actually. This plan was supposed to work out a little better than this. Yeah, go ahead and shoot that thing. As you can see, though, I'm kind of just wasting this guy's time, like, all day. And he does not even get a punch off, and now he has to deal with yet another scary counterattack. And here we go. Oh, no. This is the second time Meave's unfortunately been 3 crowned after leading kind of early. I really like Double Prince. Double Prince is my preferred tournament deck. It's a lot of fun. That's how you can beat Sparky with it. You have not only Zap and Ice Spirit, but you have Dark Prince's shield, which can usually absorb a shot. Cool. Well, let's jump back into watching another game. I'll play every once in a while. I'll jump in and play a game here and there, but I'm not really in this to play. I'm here to cast all of these other great players who get to be seen, get their moment in the sun here at this Reddit mini tournament. Oh my, and it looks like JMT is in danger of getting 3-crowned. Double Princess there. Oh, we've got a P.E.K.K.A coming down the lane. This air-heavy Lava Hound deck. We've got not just minions, but also Baby Dragon. And that Baby Dragon is just sitting above the battlefield, really distracting. Crazy use of princesses by Rayan. Wow, the P.E.K.K.A goes ahead and tanks for the Baby Dragon to let the Double Princess continue to fire. Rayan does not, or I'm saying JMT, without Poison or Fireball in this deck, doesn't have any way to actually get rid of princesses on their side of the board, so they are stacking up for Rayan and earning a lot of value. Oh, once again, that's so funny because he's using the P.E.K.K.A as basically a hit point tank for the princess, and he is slowly but surely making it to the other side of the field with that. Although in this case, the splash wasn't very big, and he wasn't actually getting anything more than just the Baby Dragon in that hit. And another princess, although I've questioned that placement a little more because I feel like that he just kind of threw that one away. Oh, but the poison zap! Is he going for the 3-crown? He certainly could. It's only going to take about 1 to 2 more poisons. It looks like only one more poison and a zap. So a poison and a zap in order to win this game. The question is, does he do this without killing the Lava Hound? That's kind of the interesting point to me, is if you just let the Lava Hound sit there, it may not kill that thing. It may not kill the tower, but when you actually kill the Lava Hound, you have the pups come out. And if the pups come out, then you're in real trouble. But I think what he's going to do here is just try to survive for this last 1,000 hit points and go ahead and zap the tower. Now, maybe? Zap it? Yeah. Ooh, who's jumping in next? And with that game, Ryan moves into second place. 400 cards, nothing to sneeze at, guys. 400 cards is what, a super magical chest? Like an Arena 7 super magical? Arena 6? But yeah, 400 cards, 400, 500, 600 cards is definitely a super magical chest. So the top 3 players here in this game are going to be earning effectively a super magical chest from the lower arenas, which is not bad for 2 hours work at all. And on top of that, the top 8 players will cut to a single elimination bracket with extra prizes. So let's try to jump. I'd like to see some of these people jump into games. Here we go. Number 1, iMix jumps into a game against JP Gar. Tombstone. Now there's a card that we haven't seen too much of recently, although Reddit alpha leader Woody has probably been the most notable player to use it in his mortar decks. It's funny because I guess it's like guards, right? It's like a 3-cost card that helps hold off princes, mini P.E.K.K.A s, that sort of thing. It's really good against big P.E.K.K.A s, and of course, look how bad the mini P.E.K.K.A just see you later, mini P.E.K.K.A, no thanks. The one skeleton coming down the lane here, as stupid as it sounds, will get to the tower and do some damage unless iMix does something about it. Look at that. Boink. He does about 100 damage every second, which is actually more than the Lava Hound. Finally, that little skeleton goes down, dying to the splash of a Fire Spirit. The Miner is drawing aggro from the right side tower and the Giant Skeleton, which means that he will not be there to tank for the Lava Hound explosion. When the Lava Hound explodes, you really want the Miner there in order to... oh, wow, he played the Tombstone. Great counter. I didn't even get to say that. I wish I could pause the game. On the right lane, JP Gar played a Tombstone directly in front of the skeleton. The Sparky shoots the Tombstone, and then the skeletons came out and killed the Sparky. That's a 3-for-6 trade. Very, very good. Unfortunately for JP Gar, iMix's Giant Skeleton can hold off a lot of things and blows up on whatever kills it. How's it going? The finals are CC versus Hazard. They are tied 1-1 right now. I don't know if it's a best of 5 or a best of 3. But I will keep you up to date on that as both of these players... Oh, great defense by iMix, getting the mini P.E.K.K.A in there at the last minute. Lumberjack does swing twice, though his fast attack speed is deadly. If he gets close, he will wreck. Ooh, that's a very odd choice, because you blow up the Tombstone, but then you just free the skeletons, and both Giant Skeleton... Oh no, does he get there? He does! I think that Giant Skeleton's going to blow up on the tower for 1,000 damage. It does. So iMix brings the game to a much closer, maybe not a tie, but certainly much closer than it was. with that single giant skeleton explosion undoing a whole lot of work by JP Gar's side. And here comes the minion horde in. Wow, that tombstone is really going to hold that Sparky back for a while. I mean, every time he shoots, he's just shooting a single skeleton, or she shoots. And oh no, here comes the minions and the minion horde coming in. The zap might be effective, but the miner comes in behind to start to chip away its damage. There is only arrows in JP Gar's deck for direct damage, so he needs to get it down to about like 300 or less, so he can double arrow it for a victory, or try to punch through with a little bit more of this Lava Hound damage. I think with the Tombstone spam, he actually doesn't have to worry about these giant skeleton mini-P.E.K.K.A. Sparky Push actually getting anywhere. He just needs a little bit of damage from the pups. Oh, great timed fireball by IMIX to hold that off. But I think this is going to put it within arrow range. One more. This should be... I'm not sure. I think this arrows would kill it now. But he doesn't want to risk it. Maybe it's like 137 or something like that. It's very, very close. Oh no, but he's running out of Tombstone, and IMIX's giant skeleton Sparky Push is getting closer than ever. That's it. The miner and arrows takes it down for JP Gar 40 seconds into overtime. Okay, with that, IMIX unfortunately drops out of first place, and Enrique moves into first place. Who's jumping into game? JP Gar moves up 20 spots into 11th. Someone jump into a game. There we go. JP Gar's jumping back in, so let's follow JP Gar. Against Kings of Iran 4. JP Gar opens with his Lava Hound, and his Lux 13 goes for the punish here. He spends 9 elixir on the opposite lane to counter the 7 elixir. Great job by Tombstone to push the Prince back and help buy some time, and now Lux has to deal with a push in 2 lanes. He has to zap the left lane if he has zap. If he doesn't have zap, he can find himself in some huge amount of trouble very soon here, and he does, as the skeleton and the 2 minions do a significant amount of damage to that tower. And that elixir was already paid for if you think about it. Now check this out. The Lumberjack is going to start tanking for these lava pups as soon as that thing dies, and if the Lumberjack dies first, the rage is going. Go! Wow. This is a great deck. I love JP Gar's deck. Lava Hound, Lumberjack, Miner. You have 2 separate cards. Miner, who teleports, and Lumberjack, who's simply very fast, foot speed, who can run in to support a Lava Hound when they get to the tower. So when the Lava Hound explodes, you have either Lumberjack or Miner there to tank for it. Both of them are great in their own different ways. Miner because he can tag onto a tower or whatever thing you need to attack. Lumberjack because he drops the Rage spell, which affects all those lava pups and turns them into a very high, fast-moving damage source very quickly. Uh-oh. And once again, we have a Lava Hound reaching the tower. You see the value of the Tombstone here, where if you don't answer the skeletons, they get in there and do a decent amount of damage. I really like JP Gar's deck. Now expect a Miner or Lumberjack to come in on the left side. Oh, a little late there. He seems like he's focused more on defending against the giant Prince push on the other side. Which is probably smarter because with both towers down to 260 and 405, JP Gar actually doesn't need to attack anymore. He just needs to not lose towers. Unfortunately, I think that Musketeer, though, could probably kill that tower or take it very close. That last second Tombstone was a little too last second and ended up not distracting the mini-P.E.K.K.A. If the mini-P.E.K.K.A. had attacked the Tombstone before the Lumberjack, you would see a pretty significant counter push. There is arrows in JP Gar's deck for the kill there. The Fire Spirits do help blow up and soften that Prince push, but what is going to come back? That Tombstone was right on time and helps pull off that Prince, but it does not. The Lumberjack does not double back into the Giant, which is really where he needs it. Ice Wizard does not do a lot of damage, so even though it's great at slowing pushes, you need some other thing in there to do damage. Both of JP Gar's towers are looking pretty weak right now, and he's really going to have to play some expert defense over the last 12 seconds here to hold this off. Tombstone does a great job at mucking up a lot of those troops, but here comes, oh no, the poison is going to take it down. And suddenly we find ourselves in a very near tie game. Here comes the Giant from Lux 13 about taking. Is he going to steal this game? That's not enough for the arrows. The arrows doesn't do that full amount of damage. He's got to hold this off, but it's only one more punch. Lux 13 steals it. Wow. That game was looking terrible for Lux 13 only a minute ago, but he stayed calm, developed a game plan, and knocks JP Gar off after JP Gar pulls off a last-minute win of its own. CC did just win the Super Magic, or the Super Magical Cup, the Toronto Northern Arena final. So congratulations. Hazard finishes second. I've actually been really impressed with Hazard. He's a really smart kid, like definitely can articulate very well why he plays the cards that he plays and why he likes what he's doing. So definitely keep an eye out for that kid. He's got a future. Oh no, Sparky. And Sparky, man, Sparky's tough because you think you can deal with them, right? You're like, all right, I have some answers to it. But if you, like, really don't have the answers, then you're in trouble. Like, that Sparky gets off even 2 shots, it's probably worth the 6 elixir unless those 2 shots are on, like, skeletons or ice spirits or something. Okay, so what's going on with Clue's deck here? We have P.E.K.K.A. So it's weird, it has a lot of like arrows targets, it looks like, because you have minions, Goblin Barrel, and Princess to go along with the P.E.K.K.A. The P.E.K.K.A. should come down on the left side, that's right, okay. So P.E.K.K.A. matches up very well with Giant and Bowler and all those other cards. So you really want P.E.K.K.A. to be matched up head-to-head with the Giant as much as possible. The worst thing you could have is that your P.E.K.K.A. goes down the wrong lane opposite the Giant and gets distracted by guards or something. So using the P.E.K.K.A. just to completely push off that Giant push, well, it also helps that he can absorb, or she can absorb a shot or 2 from a Sparky isn't too bad either. And Sparky finally goes down, but after 3 shots, I don't think that was too bad of a play there. Smart move by Clue to also continue to line up the Giant with the Sparky. Ooh, Ice Wizard slow. I don't really know if that was worth it. Like, I'm trying to decide if that was even enough damage to be worth it, but I guess if you only need to take 1 tower down and you're just trying to chip it away with Goblin Barrels and Poisons, every little bit of damage counts. That Princess is going to kill the Princess on the left side. And you see already how effective P.E.K.K.A. can be. I mean, P.E.K.K.A.'s already killed that Giant. They have to play a second Giant in front. The Zap is used. Now, maybe if there's some way for Clue to take advantage of the Zap being out of the hand of the Sparky player. Doesn't seem to, though, and that Sparky is getting a lot of damage. But I think it's going to end up... Oh, the Ice Wizard lives! Just barely! I was getting nervous about that Ice Wizard. Now, it's going to get zapped again, I think. No, he doesn't have the Zap! And Clue takes it with that Goblin Barrel. Eventually, a Goblin Barrel will get through. If you're good at counting Zaps and just noticing when the Zap comes out of their hand and you throw the Goblin Barrel right after, that is... Ugh. Jump into another game very shortly. I might even play a game of my own. The Crazy Swimmer asks, how do you get so many epics on your free-to-play account? My commons and rares are leveled up, but my epics are 1 or 2 levels behind. My epics are also 1 or 2 levels behind. I only have level 3 epics. The only level 1 epic I have, or level 4 epic I have, is Guards, which I got from a super magical chest, so mine are also behind. Let's play one game here. I have this... Actually, is it no epic? Yeah. This is a no epic, no legendary mortar deck that is pretty hilarious to play. We'll give it a shot. Banana of the Gorilla Clan. The Wind Trader beat Hazard. I don't like that. I don't like the Wind Trader's such an ad hominem attack. Like, what do you mean when you say Wind Trader? Like, I get it. You know, they trade games, but like, are you implying that they're not good players? Are you... Like, the dude just won a tournament, so who cares if he's win traded before? Like, he clearly is good. I don't know. I just don't like it. It's to me, it's one of those things that lets people who maybe aren't that great at the game talk crap about people who are good at the game, and I don't think it's good for the game to have that kind of smack talk. Now, unfortunately, I just got to start hitting these pumps. Boink! If he plays a Giant behind somewhere, then I come in with my, Alright, he's gonna drop the Giant on me. I gotta be ready for it. I'll get a little bit of damage in there. Doink! Oh no, I missed! Okay, that was my own bad play. I deserved that one. Yoink! Oh no, don't go back. Go the other way. No, 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 don't walk in. Oh, no. Okay, so what I meant to do there, which I did very wrong, I don't have a lot of experience with this deck, was to play the Tesla one click further to the left, because then the Tesla would have killed the princess and then gone into his little hidey hole and been around for the next time I wanted to play a mortar. But they don't always work out like that. There's the Tesla. All right, go ahead, mortar. Do what you got to do. We got a minute left. How am I going to take this thing with a minute left? Oh, no. Nope. Not today, folks. Yeah, so this was actually, Banan played very smart here by not actually ever casting Giant. You know what I mean? Like, he was only playing Giant, in response to me playing a card, which is, like, in response to me playing my mortar. So very good play, good game, well played. I'm gonna play that, honestly, I gotta play that Lava Hound deck too in a little bit. I didn't have it pre-built. Huh? Oh no, I can show logos. It's just in my hand. All right, let's jump back into viewing some games. It's hard, I'm trying to catch people right as they jump into a game, but this tournament UI isn't always great about it. Ooh, Zadian! Another Reddit Alpha big dog. Zadian finds himself a little bit ahead against Kosar Harami. And it looks like Kosar is playing, if I had to guess, it's a trifecta deck. So if I had to guess the last two cards, I would say Musketeer and Zap. So here comes, only allows, wait, oh no, it is 2 hits because the tower was locked onto the Valkyrie. So here comes the Hog Rider in. It's going to swing once, and maybe only once. Oh no, but even more importantly, the Mini P.E.K.K.A gets in with 2 shots, and I think that is going to let it go down. So Zadian uses very good timing with 1:05 left to take a tower down. Now he has about 1250 hit points to defend with. Will it be enough? He's got the Ice Wizard down in the middle to help distract. The guards are going to swarm all over that Musketeer and finish her off. 1 punch. Oh, the Ice Spirit gets in there and prevents any swings from the Hog Rider. That is huge. Ice Spirit has really weakened the power of Hog Rider, Hog Cycle decks, because it's so cheap. It's only 1 elixir, and it buys you so much time to react. You can even do things like Ice Spirit first, and then play the cannon, and when the Hog Rider comes out of the freeze, he'll go attack the cannon. That stuff really helps, even when your answers to Hog Cycle are out of cycle. Boink! Oh, wow! He does get another hit! And I think with Kosar having poison, Zadian's tower there is dead, is effectively dead. And wow, that princess is going to go down with it, and I'll tell you what, Ice Wizard went down too. So now we have a right side battle here between these two decks. Hog Rider goes in, but with only 1 swing getting off. Wow, for 8 elixir, that was not great. 9 elixir is played on defense, and this counterattack coming in is very, very strong now. Zadian finds himself in serious danger. Good job there. Really smart use of the elixir to not really fall behind. I don't really like that I don't like these minor pushes so much, but then again, that one was great, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A being distracted is a huge help because that Hog Rider got in a ton of attacks. Oh wow, it's only, I would say a poison away, but there's no poison in Zadian's deck, so he's going to have to use a Zap or a Princess attack, or of course another one of those Hog minor pushes. I don't know if this is going to work out, because I think he can just race now. And he does, the minor steals it. As a big scary push is bearing down on Zadian's tower, he pulls it out 40 seconds into overtime. So who we are? We got a minute, an hour in this tower. I said I'd play that Lava Hound deck. You're right. I just didn't have a Lava Hound deck built. Let's take this terrible thing apart. Minor. How many legendaries can we fit in the same reasonable deck? I think this might be a totally reasonable deck. I definitely need the, oopsies. Lumberjack. Yeah, Lumberjack. 5 legendaries, maybe? Or do I just pump up? I don't think I actually want to pump. I think I want probably Poison. I think Poison was the card I was supposed to play. Somebody asked about Poison. So there we go. We're going to play this 5 legendary deck. I don't know if it's good or not. We'll get one game in. Doyle, I'm very sorry if this makes you quit the game of Clash Royale. Of course, if I lose, I should probably quit the game of Clash Royale. Good game. Already.
Let's go.
Go get that princess. Yeah. Let's see if I can get some work done here. I think Ice Wizard will do a good job. Ice Spirit will definitely help. Lumberjack. Doink. Oh wow, they're getting up there. The goblins are pushing those barbs very quick. Good job. Go, Lumberjack. Okay, we're gonna get a princess down to help kill the splash damage of these. Ooh, he actually did a really good job of getting the Ice Wizard to tank. That's much scarier. Come on in, Fire Spirits. Help clear the way. Leave my Ice Wizard. So I should have played my own Ice Wizard to help defend against that, because if I can keep princesses alive, we're in real good shape.
Yay.
I'm going to let that princess come up a little bit. I'm going to see if I can poison like her and everything else. Oh god, it didn't freeze him! That was really bad. Oh, that was bad, 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 bad. Alright, you're going to take this tower, buddy, but I'm going to take your tower back. Alright, Lumberjack, get in there. I need you to tank for this Lava Hound when the Lava Hound explodes. Can you do that for me? Go, pups! Go, 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 go! I'm not doing the worst thing by not actually playing my, my miner when I'm supposed to. Go Miner. Miner's doing some work. Just get in there. Just kill that stuff. Okay. So we have taken the tower down. We are in good shape. Go, Lumberjack. Oh, man. Too funny. Oh, wait, no, I don't want that. I want poison. Ooh, you're playing too fast, buddy. Look at how fast you're playing. I'm just a big old dummy who doesn't know how to play this deck. This guy's playing super fast. He's a good player. Get in there. Lava Hound, take the towers. Yes, okay. With Lava Hound tanking both, that allows for Lumberjack to get in there and do some real damage. Go. Go, Lumberjack. Go, go, go. Woo, buddy, we were able to pull this one back out. Good game after a bit of an early start. The old 5 legendary deck. Yeah, so there you go. If you want to play a terrible, horrible deck that makes people cry, the 5 legendary deck. 5 legendary double spirit poison. Why not? Boop. Get a little later there. Okay, let's jump back into viewing actual games here. It looks like Alphalito is going to sit back a little bit and let the other people battle it out. Let's see what's going on with Petro, who's been up here near the top for most of the game. Oh, good. It's an early start, Ken. As long as we're jumping into an early game, that's great. And we have Lumberjack, Musketeer, Giant coming down the right lane. That is 9, 10, 14 Elixir bearing down on that tower. It's going to take 7 so far and another, so 12 total defense to try to prevent this. And he did take a few punches, but it depends on how good... Oh, never mind. That poison chopping up most of that minion horde really undermines any counter push that Petro could have had going. They're both very upset with how that one went. We're going to cheer for both players. Next time it comes back up, we're cheering for, I don't even know how to pronounce that name. Does that say Iraq? Jax bot of Iraq, maybe? Maybe I'm really reading into that one. What's going on, Biblical? I have returned from the dead. Well, hooray, welcome. 1 more hour for the tournament. That's correct. This is a 2-hour tournament. Ooh, nice job turning the bowler around, using the miner there as a distraction for the bowler to let the mini P.E.K.K.A jump up, run up on it, and swing once. Swing, no, he gets pushed back and then ends up fighting. The bowler survives. Bowlers are so hard to deal with, just like Ice Wizards and Princesses when they're on their side of the board. You really have to kind of reach out and do some significant stuff to take care of it. And in that situation there, you just saw he turned the bowler around with the miner, had the mini P.E.K.K.A come in, and it was just a little too late, and the mini P.E.K.K.A got knocked back. He's going to get knocked back again. Ice Spirit doesn't freeze the mini P.E.K.K.A, but he keeps trying to walk in a straight line and getting rolled anyways. The poison misses the Musketeer, so it's going to miss out on a significant amount of damage to it. And this is a pretty scary looking push. Even though damage is getting done onto Jax's tower, Pietro keeps finding himself having to defend against these really scary pushes. I do not like that Elixir Collector play at all. I think this is going to go very badly for Pietro. That Elixir Collector is 5 Elixir. It's not going to kill anything. It just dies pretty much right away. Oh no, and the Lumberjack is locked onto the tower and not onto the mini P.E.K.K.A, and the mini P.E.K.K.A is locked onto the Giant. Pietro's tower goes down, and he has only 16 seconds to push it. It's not looking really good. Now the Elixir Collector makes a lot of sense. Yep, and the poison's going to stop both the guards and the mini P.E.K.K.A from getting damage in. I just don't see how this damage can get done, although, you know, it's closer than I expected it to be. It's a lot closer. Big shout out there. That could have gone, that actually could have tied it up and thrown into overtime, and I think that would have been such a morale hit for Ojax that Pietro could have come back and won in overtime. Alpha Lido, Vahid, Fancy, who else is battling? Master Sparky, let's jump into another one of your games, buddy. 2 minutes left, still rocking that Mortar Expo. Whoa. I mean, that was using the exact edges of the rocket. That is a wider ratio or wider radius than I really ever think of as rockets. But great job, because he took out 7 elixir worth of troops for 6. So while that seems like why would you rocket an Ice Wizard and a mini P.E.K.K.A, elixir-wise, that was a good trade. Arrows comes in to help chip down that tower and of course kill the dreaded princess. Oh, here comes the mortar down as a minor guard push comes down the right side. Those fire spirits will do a great job of picking up the guards, and I think with minor being too far away, now the mortar will lock onto the tower, and that's why the ice spirit came in to buy a little time, and all the barbs come in last minute to help block for the mini P.E.K.K.A. How many more shots? I think at least 2 more shots are going to come in from that mortar, and that is a lot of value. Oh no, and here comes an Expo to, while the mortar is still shooting, the Expo is getting set up. Wow, what a 1-2 punch combo. The mortar into the Expo. Here comes the Hog Rider across the middle to try to stop it. The mortar was meant to soak it up. It didn't quite work, but it didn't matter because the tower went down and the Expo turned onto the turned onto the Hog Rider itself. And the mortar's going to take one more pop shot, boop, and level that guy. And mortar even gets a free shot on the miner behind it just for the sake of it. With only 16 seconds to go, I actually think Master Sparky is pretty safe because he has 3 towers in his deck to help draw away Hog Riders, Giants, and all sorts of other things. I've been asked in chat here, can you discuss Master Sparky's Siege deck? I think it's super interesting, and I don't understand it at all. Like, I have tried to play a list with both Mortar and Expo, and I really don't get it. It's almost like the hyper-aggressive version of a... Let's see if I can find Master Sparky. Here it is. In 6th place. It's almost like a hyper-aggressive version of a Siege deck because it's trying to play... It's not like waiting for the right opening and then setting up the siege. It's rotating the 2 siege weapons every couple cards so that the opponent is constantly in a state of attack. They have to just be throwing themselves at the Mortar and the Expo, and since he's smart at knowing what they have and what's in their cycle, he's able to predict it. Like, if you ever... I'm trying to think what to say. Like, if you ever set up a mortar and then catch their minion horde with a fire spirit, you are so far ahead at that point that that mortar is going to do a ton of damage. And if he can do that even just like 2 to 3 times a game, just accurately predict what's going to come up and nail it, I could see him getting chaining that tempo into a series of siege weapons that the opponent is constantly behind and can't fight, because they're always just 3 elixir behind from that initial trade. Not to mention it catches you off guard, which is great as well, right? Like, that's a huge advantage in tournament play, is your opponent not knowing what kind of deck you're playing. You're playing some sort of weird off-meta deck. I'm going to grab a bottle of water. I'll be right back, folks. Enjoy this game between iMix and Vahid, and I'll see you in about 10 seconds. Yes, that's right. When you live in a 600 square foot studio apartment, it is very easy to go to the fridge and come back. Wow. Ooh, that mini pack over there was gross. That cannon, I think, was meant to distract it and didn't quite work out that way. I'm sitting here in my jammers. My jammers watching Clash Royale. The Northern Arena tournament is officially over. In case you were just tuning in and you missed it, there was a massive cash tournament in Toronto earlier today. The top 4 was CC, Hazard, C. McHugh, and Innate. And it is over. That was the order too. So CC won, Hazard got second, McHugh and Innate in the top 4. Shout out to my boy Manu fan of the Super Magicals clan, who made it to the top 8, but got bumped by Innate in the top 8 round. Also, a big shout out to Clyde, who another Super Magical, who was a member of the Ambassador team, and of course, Raintown, another Super Magical who jumped in for commentary. But big boy Woody and BBXH, Woody of Reddit Alpha, BBXH of her own stream, were great casters. I was really, really impressed by the professionalism and the just the high quality broadcast that really went out there. Oh no, poor Valkyrie! But did enough damage along with the tower to kill it, so not poor Valkyrie at all. Hey, Rum, are you maxed out? I am not. My epics are mostly level 7, and I don't have a single maxed out legendary, so I am not maxed out. Ooh, good fireball. Didn't hit the elixir collector, but did a good job at stopping the musketeer from really doing any work. These jammies, buddy, I've had these for over 10 years. These are 11-year-old jammies. It's like, you know they're old too, because the images on them are like a really outdated Guinness ad campaign. Like one that happened when I was in like high school. So you can tell at least I haven't put on a lot of weight. Woo! So he used the Ice Spirit there to distract the giant skeleton over just a little bit and pull the giant skeleton towards the cannon. If you notice, the giant skeleton wasn't going to walk towards the cannon, and that Ice Spirit made him walk 1 square over and then get in there. Great use of poison and Hog Rider. His opponent had to play 7 elixir in defense between the Zap and the Minion Horde, and for only 1 more elixir, Vahid was able to get in a lot of damage. Serious question, all of these guilds that are like Kings of Iran and Kings of Iraq, are they actually Iran and Iraq, or is it like a joke or something? This is kind of a weird thing to say, but I just like, maybe this is bad of me, I don't really think of Iran as having like a vibrant esports scene. Now maybe I'm super wrong, but I'd love to know if those are like actual like Iraq-Iran based clans. I see a lot of them, it's very common. There's like Kings of Iraq, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The fireball cycling from iMix is trying to wear that tower down, but we are deep in overtime, and oh no, I think this hog is going to do it! It does! Vahid takes the game. We've seen Vahid upset a few members of, a few fine folks so far in this tournament. Nislaw, how old am I? I am 29 years old. Master Sparky, jump into a game. Mr. Jess, jump into a game. I don't think we've seen a lot of Fancy. Game's not. Why do pay-to-win people only talk about how broken the game is on their free-to-play account? I don't know. I don't think the game's broken on my free-to-play account. I'm doing fine. Every single person I play is higher level than me, and it's fine. Oh no! I actually think this game is really healthy. Like, I actually think the metagame for this is great. Like, look how balanced the tournament format is. when you look at how many different decks are viable. There's only 58 cards in the game, and out of that 58 cards, there's like a ton of different viable archetypes, which is pretty wild to me. I don't know about the defensive P.E.K.K.A. right there, because those goblins can get a ton of damage for only 2 elixir. I mean, yeah, you block, but that miner's just got free range to work over your tower. Whiz! And even if you do have really high-level cards like me and you are pay-to-win, which is weird because I definitely don't win that much for someone who's supposed to pay to win. I don't get it. They don't let me win even though I pay money. Oh no! P.E.K.K.A. push, you know. Oh, wow, Fancy really just turned it around on Jupitsu there at the last minute. It was looking like a very tie game only 30 seconds ago, and right there in the last 10 seconds takes both towers to definitively shut the door on that game. Vahid moves into the #1 spot. Oop. Rival Sam, are you in a game yet? Oh man, I want to watch some new people. I've seen some Master Sparky. We'll keep watching Master Sparky games. Oh, Master Sparky versus iMix. There's a match of 2 top 10 players. And you know, iMix, I was the other day when I don't know if you saw it a little bit earlier, but when I was looking at my decks, I had a Sparky deck up. My first build of a Sparky deck was actually a giant skeleton Sparky deck, and I couldn't get it to work for me. So big shout out to iMix for playing what's a very, you know, both of these decks are very new, I guess, or they're maybe not new, unique. They're clearly personally made decks, these archetypes that they personally really believe in and want to play well with, and I just think that's great. Wow! That fireball was perfectly placed to hit Master Sparky's barbs in advance, and that's going to really put Master Sparky in a bad situation because this Expo that costs all of 6 and actually has 10 to defend it when you include the Valkyrie as well is just going to blow up. I mean, that bomb is going to end up killing the Valkyrie and the Expo. Alright, so he's going to sit behind this Inferno Tower, even though he's behind an Elixir right now, he has the Inferno Tower to help guard for a few seconds and build himself back up into it. Get himself back into the game. I think that Inferno Tower will still be alive when that crosses the river. Oh my god! The rocket takes out the Sparky! Completely, oh wow, and just like that, I'm pretty sure Master Sparky's won this game because he only needs one more shot here of the mortar, and now he can rocket that tower. He rocketed the Sparky completely, just undermining that push, and you see how that Inferno Tower cast 30 seconds ago ended up being the key card here in pulling this game out. With 56 left, throw that rocket. And Master Sparky has just been rocketing people out of this tournament day in and day out. So Alpha Lido, who we have yet to see, and you know, it's funny, I keep trying to catch his games, but he's playing clearly because the trophy counts are going up. But I can't seem to catch him right when he goes into a game. Oh, here we go. Let's try to move back here. Ooh, is Muhammad jumping in? Oh, no. See, that's the problem. See, if you notice there, it looked like the person was just jumping into a game, but clearly this game's almost over. Little unfortunate. Well, let's catch the end of it here. Do I ever get pissed off at BMers who use a certain type of disreputable tactics? What's disreputable tactics? Do you just mean making emote faces? Like, the thing that's funny to me about people who complain about BM is you are admitting that an emoticon makes you, like, unreasonably mad on the internet. Like, I mean, it's fine. Like, yeah, every once in a while you get annoyed by it, but I don't really get annoyed so much as being like, it's I kind of roll my eyes as like, all right, good luck, dude. Like, you just beat someone who's 2 levels lower than you, like, good luck. But it's usually, I don't really get upset by it. It's kind of silly to me to let something like that upset you. Biblical, these are all Reddit mods, because we were doing the Reddit mini-tournament, so thankfully Reddit has been so generous as to help out by supplying lots of awesome Twitch mods. I'll push this through. It's not looking very good for Muhammad right now, as Tobias has been slowly just arrowing down that tower. It's only 2 arrows from dying at this point, although, what do I know, Muhammad's giant punches through as the Sparky gets pulled over to the miner. catch another game. Look, no one's playing now. Everyone's 45 minutes left. They're taking a little break. All right, Vahid's jumping in. Don't worry, Biblical. I'll unmod you after. Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating to lose when you think you would have won, or you think you would have won with an even, like, whatever it's called, troops. But you have to remember that if you had, like, the reason why those games are as close as they are, with the troop levels being off, is that they are a worse player than you. So if you had higher level troops, you wouldn't play that person, because you would be playing other people who have even higher level troops. The troop levels and skill balance each other out as like a handicap. So if you're not very good, you will kind of stay at the same trophy count until your card levels go up, and then you move up a little bit. So, I mean, there's really nothing else to, it's unfortunate, but I think the solution is not so much to change how the matchmaking worked, but just to give more people an opportunity to play in tournament cap. Because if there was like a way to just play a couple tournament games every day, and you had to play your ladder games and your tournament games, I think it would be less punishing. I think the ladder wouldn't feel so bad, basically. Like, let's say you could play up to 5 tournament games a day on a separate chest tracker thing, and it gave you some prize, like maybe not as good as the ladder, but it gave you some, you know, you get like a golden chest if you win 3 of your 5 tournament games every day. Well, then you would have like a cool little thing to go after, and you get to play a little bit of tournament games every day, and when you run out, then you go do the ladder and do that kind of stuff. So I think there's advantages there. But, oh no, this lumberjack dies and puts the rage down. The faster giant is going to go ahead and knock that cannon down, but can he reach the tower? Not with both towers and the Valkyrie shooting it. That Dark Prince gets shot down right before reaching the tower. Pretty close though, 2,000 on Vahid's tower, 1,800 on Emo's tower. A mere 200 damage separates their towers. I'd also like to remind people who just like completely crap talk win traders is that win trading is not against the terms of service. Like, it is not against the rules of the app. You can't get banned for it. Like, it's entirely in people's minds that it's like some illegal thing. Buying the tournament slots is a little different. That can run afoul of gambling laws and get people in trouble. So I get that. I am not familiar at all with Reddit Bravo and Reddit Charlie Fun 6754. Oh no! Mini P.E.K.K.A. One swing, but he misses. The Hog Rider rides right by him and gets 2. 3 swings in. 13 seconds to go for Emo. He has to do 1,200 damage, and I do not see how it's possible. There's already a cannon down. There's a musketeer. The Valkyrie comes in and with the zap chops him up. Great game there by Vahid, pulling out another win. I don't know who this Vahid character is, but woo, buddy, good player. Vahid's in first, Ojax is in second, Alpha Lito's in third, Master Sparky in fourth. With 40 minutes to go, will these 4 members hold their top spots? Johnny's not going away either. Check out Virus, who we haven't seen. Kings of Iran 6. These Kings of Iran guys. Ooh, buddy, they're real good. All right, I'll play a game after this. I'll play that 4 Horseman deck, Alpha Wolf, after this game. I gotta watch Master Sparky versus Virus. Good timing for the mortar as well, because the Lava Hound's, a lot of elixir. Tombstone, though, is going to hold that thing off. Look at that. It's going to shoot the skeletons every time. Finally going to lock onto the Tombstone, but at what cost? I like the mortar there also to hold off the... I mean, the lava pups are going to swarm the crap out of that tower. Ooh. I think overall that went much better for Virus than Master Sparky. Master Sparky's mortar actually didn't hit anything. It wasted a lot of shots on other cards. I don't know if I like that instant expo setup. I kind of get why he did it, but I don't know. Didn't seem that great. But he is going to hold off at least the guards and the mini P.E.K.K.A, and the arrows take care of the minions. So let's see how much half of an expo can do to that tower. I did change my setup. I moved to the living room from the kitchen. The living room, whatever. And that tower is, oh my god. Expo's so crazy because even when it's at like this much health, it still does another like 200 damage. It's pretty significant. He has Rocket. We know what the 8th card in Master Sparky's deck is. It's a Rocket. And now the Tombstone is back up. Unfortunately, that's going to do very good at holding off that mortar. I think he might want a Valkyrie or something in front, because that mortar's just going to time out and take damage the whole time. The skeleton's actually getting up there and swinging once. Oh, great Valkyrie there to defend the miner. If you can take the miner down early, then it's not tanking for the pups nearly as long. Still takes some damage, but with rocket, I think I would just start rocketing. I would rocket that mini P.E.K.K.A so hard, but you can't. He already played the Expo. Fire spirits, they do come down, along with arrows, and that mini P.E.K.K.A gets blocked by the barbs. Oh, but the fireball takes it out. Very smart play by both these players. Like, they're really anticipating each other's moves and trying to set up. There's going to be a tombstone in the middle now. Watch this. Yep. Tombstone in the middle ends up blocking for the mortar again. Master Sparky needs to figure out a way to deal with the tombstone prior to playing the mortar. Might even let these minions attack, actually. I don't think this push is going to be very, like, scary, really. Yeah, like, I actually think he just, might let the tower deal with that. All he really has to do is not die here, and he can win with another rocket. Maybe don't even kill the Lava Hound, right? Like, you don't even have to actually have to kill the Lava Hound here. And Master Sparky's mortar, or rocket, takes another victim down. Over here is where I got the sexy cherry blossoms. That is the room divider. When you have a studio apartment, you need a room divider between bed and couch. Oh, Master Sparky, with that win, moves into first place over Vahid. Alphalito, who has not played in the last couple minutes, is losing his first place spot. Let's go ahead and build this 4 horseman deck. What was I playing? It was something like, it was just like Lumberjack instead of minions. So this is a deck that I did a video on for Super Magical Cup. It's called 4 Horsemen because it uses 4 charging melee attackers that are all running towards your tower. It's very similar to the Double Prince deck I played earlier. It's just, how much do you want to go into the strategy of charging people. Now, the question is, get in there! I should have played my mini P.E.K.K.A actually up further, because now he's going to have to walk, which is like actually lowers his DPS overall. Instead of just standing in the middle, so that was even bad placement. So those two will kill each other. Nope, psych. No! Okay. Hoo, buddy. Let's see if Lumberjack can get in there and do a little bit of damage. 1, 2. I need to pump up. That's the one thing I've been doing very badly is I haven't actually been playing my elixir collectors when I should. I'm going to let this musketeer cross the river and probably just die. Like, it'll take 1 shot, maybe 2 shots. Just 1 shot. Perfect. I don't think he has a miner. I haven't seen one yet, at least. So we're going to pump up. If he plays a giant, we're coming in. Boink! Got him! Now, I think I can cycle back using some cheap cards to the cards I need to cycle to. Worried about my poor old little bowler. Cool, Lumberjack doesn't get any damage in. Now, I need to get back to my princes, because my princes don't get bowled. Oh, he zapped me! Can't do that. What a jerk. Whoa, how are my guys getting chopped up like this? Oh, the rage, duh. Oh my god. I need to get my Lumberjack out there, and I didn't really stick to my pump plan at all, which is really killing me now. And he can always bowler on defense. Oh, God. I gotta get these bowlers. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to take this one out, unfortunately. I did really bad at defending that bowler and lost a tower because of a really critically terrible defense. But I think we can agree that tower was going to go down in that push. Oh well. Back to casting. Alphalito's finally in the game. Let's check this guy out. Oh, cool. 30 seconds into the game, too. Got a Kappa train going on in chat, apparently. I don't even know what that is. I'm so not into the Twitch community. I don't get all the Twitch jokes. Have I tried Marauder's updated version of the deck? I don't know. I don't even know if the list I was playing last time was even like the best version. I just switched out one card from the deck that I was playing earlier. Do you think it's concerning that the tournament today had less than 2,000 viewers? Do you mean the Northern Arena one? I mean, I don't think it was supported in-app by Supercell. I actually think that's a huge number of viewers, given that as far as I know, the app didn't have like a link inside of it. So, I mean, I would say a vast majority of Clash Royale players didn't even know it was going on, because a vast majority of players don't follow Reddit and, you know, Twitch, things like that. They just kind of play the game. I think whenever there's an in-app link, you see that thing get a ton of viewers. Like, if you remember during Royale Tourney Week, they were getting 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 viewers for some of those big tournaments. Oh no. That Inferno Tower is going to go down by the time this Valkyrie crosses the river. This opens the door for a pretty good push here against Alphalito. Psych! There's always another. I gotta close Steam, get out of here. Ice Wizard and Inferno Tower drive me up the wall. They're such good defensive cards. And when a deck plays both, you can just never get a clean attack on them, ever. Yeah, Fun6754 says this chat is so memey. I don't know. I'm like the most boring non-memey streamer on the planet, yet I get like super memey fans. I'm not sure. I think that Fireball just missed about as epically as a Fireball could miss. It seemed like it hit neither the Musketeer or the Mini P.E.K.K.A above and below it. I think that's what happened. 500 damage left on that tower. Only fireballs there. Now he's going to need more than 2 fireballs, because 2 fireballs will only do 444 damage. So he's going to have to do 2 fireballs and a zap, or get some amount of other incidental damage in there. And now he's within 2 fireballs with another zap. 1 more fireball. Fireball should win the game. Or just go ahead and minor it. Why not? And once again, with 30 minutes to go, it looks like everyone's either burnt out or happy with their position. Zedian's going to jump into a game. Actually, here's another Kings of Iran. We haven't watched CO yet. But it looks like a lot of these Kings of Iran players are all getting in and doing some work. Big shout out to the 185 viewers that we have tuning into this week's Reddit mini tournament. I know it's been a real big weekend, and I'm glad you could all make it out. The Toronto tournament was awesome. Yesterday's Super Magical Cup was awesome. Let's end this Labor Day weekend with a rad Reddit mini tournament. I'm going to have the mods help me out for what we're going to do in the bracket cutting. And I forgot about that, actually. The top 8 is going to go to a single elimination bracket, which might explain some of the inactivity near the end of the tournament, because players, if you're in like the 6th spot, you might just want to stay and try to get top 8, because then you can get to go to the bracket round where the real prizes are. Kings of Harambe. I used to play this game until I got so many baby dragons that I got it to max. That's awesome. I mean, Baby Dragon's good. He may not be like great in the meta right now, but that is not like a bad card by any stretch of the imagination. There's a lot of times, like there's just randomly games where Baby Dragon would just like win you entire games. Johnny's in 3rd now. Congratulations. Flares, that's right. I want some of those flares on Reddit. Hey, actually, while I'm here and I have Reddit mods, can someone change my Reddit mod to Lumberjack? or my flare to lumberjack. I swear to God, I have miner right now, but I look more like lumberjack when I wear a hat. Got the beard and I'm like, I kind of look like a lumberjack. That should be me. Oh, great Ice Spirit and Bowler there. That's going to help take out those 2 Musketeers. Actually, they are going to fire and kill the Bowler. Oh, wow, one actually survives to help pick off that Inferno Tower. Not real good. Man, Lumberjack is so good at chopping through guards. But CO is doing the pump plan better than most. H-Moose is trying to cycle these 3 Musketeers. Oh, that was very odd. I didn't like that miner at all. But with as many pumps out as he has, it may not matter. Are they from Iran or Iraq? There are kings of Iraq as well. That's what I'm kind of asking. There's like Iraq warlords or something like that. So there's a whole lot of Iran and Iraq clans. I just don't know if they're actually from Iran and Iraq. I just didn't know there was an esports scene out there. With 800 damage left on that tower, I would say this is CO's game to lose, but at the same time, he's having a really hard time sticking a miner. They're getting chopped up instantly, and these bowlers aren't doing much better either, to be honest. Oh, but these Valkyrie Musketeer pushes are just getting clumped up on defense by Bowler. Even though H-Moose is doing a great job at not taking damage, or C is doing a great job at not taking damage, having a hard time putting the damage through. H-Moose is the same thing. Defending really well with the 3 Musketeers, holding off these pushes. These miners barely getting a swing off, but the fact is that the poison alone will get CO to win, and you gotta punch through and do some damage, but he can't do it against the bowlers. This is smart though, going down the opposite lane of the bowler. The bowler just came down, so he can go down the other way and try to get a push through. The double elixir, the double Inferno Tower is not helping anyone. Oh no, he's gonna try to steal it here at the end. He was not able to defend. And CO takes it with, oh wow, that was literally seconds. If those guards from H-Moose's side had been played a little more to the left and blocked that miner, I believe H-Moose would have won that game. That is crazy how close it is. So Rival Sam moves up into the first place spot. Let's see what's up with Johnny here. Ooh, up against Vulgar Unicorn of Reddit Charlie, one of the feeder clans for Reddit Alpha. But we don't like to use the term feeder because they're all on the same level in this tournament game. Oh god. That Lumberjack's dead. But he moves fast now. Boom. Actually, it's funny because that Lumberjack is not the worst thing to die to a Reddit or to a Sparky explosion. If that was a mini P.E.K.K.A, he's just off the board. But by blowing up and dropping the rage, he actually generated more damage. Great skeletons to come out and hold that off. Unfortunately, with only 3 skeletons instead of the old school 4, that Prince is going to have plenty of time to keep pushing through to that tower. Johnny's, with only a minute left, I'm surprised that Johnny's defending that tower as much as he is. I would kind of, like, with all this elixir on Vulgar Unicorn's side to do, what, 16 damage, like what he could already kill, he might actually be better off doing a split push and trying to go down the other side, because as long as there's 11 elixir there, oh god, oh, just a second away from killing that Sparky before shooting the Giant. That could have been the key in the game there. But by split pushing, he could probably take down a full health tower in 30 seconds if he can just dodge the Sparky and the Bolt. Don't zap those minions, just let the damage happen, Vulgar. Yeah, Vulgar Unicorn's gonna let that damage happen. And he knows he just needs to defend. He's got the double Bowler out there now, keeping the Lumberjack off. 2 rages are down. But between the Bowler, Ice Wizard, and Prince, I do not see that Giant getting anywhere fast. Vulgar Unicorn of Reddit Charlie takes a game, knocking Johnny, I believe, out of the top 6. And I think that puts Vulgar Unicorn perhaps into the top 10. No, Vulgar Unicorn's still down here a little bit. Top 20 now, though. Got that 100-card chest with 25 minutes to go. I'll play one more game, and then we'll spend the remainder of the tournament looking at just looking at the top 10 in those top games and trying to see who is going to make the top 8 cut to the bracket. Boop, boop, ba-doo. Ye old 5 legendary deck. Leave my princess alone. Alright, so now we're going to go in there with a miner. Hey, you. Rude. Well, let's just let this one go. There's always future lava hounds. What do we got here? If he was smart, he would probably, like, if the best thing that for Ilovani to do here is probably, oh god, go in there, miner. I think it might be a little too late for the miner. Maybe. You can block for some of them. Yes. Okay, good. Now see, the miner combination with the lava hound is really good because he tanks for those lava hounds, for those lava pups for so long. You get a lot of damage in. So now I'm really more afraid of the Expo. Bring on the Expo. Oh no. Oh, we didn't get anything out of it, unfortunately. Alright, come on, Ice Spirit, take the bowl. Doink. Held him in the poison a slight bit longer. Ooh, the level 2 bowler actually doesn't kill the princess. That is no good. No bueno. Alright, let's try to get the princess in there to help work down that little tower. Rude. Poison all of this. This all gets poisoned right now. No, all of it gets poisoned. We've got the miner already in there to do some work. Lumberjack's coming in as well. Do. We're making people quit with the rage lava pups. This deck is sweet. So dumb. And there we go. Claims another victim. Well played. Good game. 5 legendary double spirit poison. What a silly deck. Okay. Alright, 20 minutes to go. 300 player tournament, the top 8 will cut to a bracket. We're going to watch top 8 games the entire rest of the way. And Ace is a name we haven't seen much of, so let's see what he's doing. And it's another Kings of Iran player, I swear. Kings of Iran must be a big Reddit guild. And they're good. They've got several members here in the top, like, 10 of this tournament. This is certainly not, like, bad players. We got CO, Vahid, and now 3 question marks are our top Kings of Iran players who have made it pretty far into this tournament. Rum Ham, I did a thing. I'm at Royale Arena. Royal Arena. All right, congratulations. Ooh, Bowler's knockback is so good against Mini P.E.K.K.A. and all these other cards. Like this entire deck here it's like a trifecta deck, but with Furnace and some other cards. Every single troop in the deck gets knocked back by Bowler, so he really relies on these Musketeers to kind of outrange everything else, because you can see that low health Bowler is just keeping everything at bay. Oh my god. What a nightmare, because I feel like 3 question marks actually had probably an advantage, like an elixir advantage at some point. He's got a good opening or something like that. And ever since has just was not able to punch through and do that last bit of damage to Ace, because Ace's bowlers are so effective against pretty much every single card in 3 question marks deck. Wow, 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 wow. However, 800 damage is nothing to sneeze at when you've got a Hog Rider Baron down. And here it goes. And the poison takes it out for Ace. Ace, who is in the 7th spot going into this game, takes the win over a good opponent, moving up, I assume, quite a bit more trophies, and securing, hopefully, his spot in the top 8. Ojax, Master Spark. If I'm Master... Oh, wow. You know, I would say maybe stop playing with 20 minutes to go if you just want to get to the bracketed part, but then again, only 30 or so trophies separate the 8th spot from the 2nd place spot. So all of these players, CO and Ace, could continue to move up and knock people out. Let's see if Zadian can crack in to the top 8. Against iMix, a player we've seen a whole lot of today. Ooh, and that one swing falls just short against Zadian's tower. Very fortuitous. I think the minions are going to end up going down, and the Musketeer's going to kill that thing, but unfortunately the Musketeer's going to die to the explosion. But either way, iMix's counterattack gets stopped before it ever crosses the river, leaving Zadian with significantly more health on his towers and a little bit of an elixir advantage to boot. He converts that elixir advantage into an elixir pump. I'm a little questionable about that placement. I mean, I guess he just knows by now that iMix isn't a minor deck, but even knowing that, I think those elixir collectors should be placed more closer behind the to the king tower. The back left wing doesn't actually have any advantage to playing it there, whereas there are advantages to playing it back center. Ooh, Mini P.E.K.K.A. and Fire Spirits make short work of the Prince. The Mini P.E.K.K.A. has about half health remaining. I'm not sure if that thing's going to actually make it to the tower or not. That Musketeer was played a little... Ooh, it once again misses the shot. And once again, the big defender, right, Sparky this time, and the minion horde get eaten up by the poison. The giant punches through a lot of damage. Zadian has to really be happy with the flow of this game right now. It's working out really well for him. Of course, really has to either zap... Oh, use guards there. Do the guards get in? Oh no, what happened to the guards? For some reason, they never actually attacked that, the Sparky. They were all up on the giant skeleton. And the giant skeleton's gonna blow up for 1,000 damage and quickly make this game a lot closer than it was merely 5 seconds ago. Guards are a little late, and now there's no poison for that minion horde, and the zap ends up taking it down, and the barely surviving Sparky ends up going down as well. However, if this giant skeleton makes it to the tower, this tower might be as good as dead, which is why the Prince comes in to help hold it at the river. Poison comes down. Will the Prince outrun it? No, the Prince and the Musketeer, 9 elixir, get caught in that 6 elixir explosion. And with Sparky and Mini P.E.K.K.A. now coming over to the river, it's all on. Oh no, and Poison's gone, so how's he going to stop all this? He takes a zap. Fire Spirit comes in shortly after. Oh no, that's a fast Sparky. We all know what a fast Sparky can do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sparky gets taken out. The rage meant that he was attacking every 3.5 seconds instead of every 5 seconds, yet the tower was still enough damage to get there. I think that might be it for this game because it's only going to take a poison and maybe a zap in order to win it, and I'm not sure that Zadian, that this push is even going to cross the river in that amount of time. The zap ends up finishing it off. Zadian pulls the game out, going from 11th to perhaps the top 8. No, Zadian moves to 9th. He has to keep battling. Unless, of course, HDZ Zoller cannot hold on to this spot against Kosar Hawami, who we saw earlier in the tournament. Kosar finds himself in a pretty bad situation with 80 seconds to go, but is building up a push to try to tie this game up. Oh, you're right. The rage was blue. Yokola, good call. I don't really like that Spear Goblins. I'm not really sure what the plan there was. The Ice Spirit goes in, leading the way. The Zap is a really good play there because otherwise the Ice Spirit would have frozen the tower and let that Mini P.E.K.K.A. go in for a lot of damage. But here's a fresh Mini P.E.K.K.A. coming down. Gonna chop up. Oh no. The freeze there might allow the Valkyrie to tie it up, but no. The Mini P.E.K.K.A. survives with a little bit of damage, and that little bit of Mini P.E.K.K.A. still does full damage. He does tie it up. He's got a little bit of time to swing one more time too. He does. Very fast little attack here, trying to steal this tower with 32 seconds to go, and that was incredibly successful for HT Zoller. Wow, 2,000 damage done in like 10 seconds or less, all because Kosar was caught asleep at the wheel. And it's a good thing that the King Tower was shooting the Prince, but I don't know if it's going to be enough now. I feel like Kosar really has the momentum right now. HD did a good job, but he also spent all of his elixir on that push. Oh no! Will this get there? He only needs... Kosar does have a poison as well, so only one punch and a poison will be enough to take it. What a comeback! Wow! Kosar really did the push. The crazy thing about HDZ's push there is that while it was really good and very effective, the only hit point that matters is the last hit point. And he spent... was it 9 elixir to do 2,000 damage, but then he was out 9 elixir, right? That was 9 elixir just to damage a tower, and all of that extra 9 elixir that was spent to defend on Kosar's side ended up coming down and pushing that tower with very few minutes to go. Ace is in, Sio's in, Alpha Lido, Zadian's moved into the top 8, is still battling against Nova of SG Mini Royals, and you can see that Lumberjack and Prince on the back line are really doing work, and Lumberjack fighting guards on the bridge as opposed to over the bridge is really advantageous because he didn't get shot, he wasn't getting shot by the tower the whole time, and it allows the Prince to charge up, and with the rage gets 3 shots and takes the tower. With a minute to go, Zadian finds himself in great position. We have a Giant coming down the left side of Nova's lane. I think Zadian is probably... Oh, okay, I'm actually surprised that he went with the Giant. I would have probably played like a lot more just defensive, attacky stuff, and then play the Giant in the middle later to distract them away. So those 3 Musketeers should die to the Zap and Poison, which makes this push a lot scarier for Zadian's side. Those guards did a pretty decent job actually holding off, but a Rage Musketeer... Oh, the Musketeer's just outside the range of the Rage! And I don't think this one's going to make it at all. He's going to die a little early. So 22 seconds to go. Zadian did a good job wasting about 40 seconds of the game and still remains very sturdy with both of his towers. He's looking to run the clock out. Those Musketeers are dead pretty much. I mean, they're going to die pretty much to the poison. Certainly not going to push back in the next 10 seconds. It doesn't actually matter if Zadian takes the tower because he's just wasted his opponent's time on defense, which is great. And there we go. Zadian wins yet another game to move into the top 8. Well, he's actually already in the top 8, moves to the 5th spot with 13 minutes to go. People are really wondering whether or not they should be playing. Definitely around the 8th spot, you're going to see a lot of activity because people are going to be fighting up and down. This is between the 7th player and the 8th player, so the winner of this, there's one of the biggest stakes you're going to see in a game of this tournament. The winner of this game has probably punched their ticket into the top 8, and the loser will really have to struggle over the last few minutes to get back into it. And that is a full health mini P.E.K.K.A. And while the mini P.E.K.K.A. does not make it, the miner does sneak in for quite a few bits of damage in the meantime. Great use. Oh, wow, they both opt to use their spells on each other's princesses to keep them off the board. Will that mini P.E.K.K.A. swing? Oh! Taking even that half damage on the mini P.E.K.K.A. for Alpha Lido's gotta hurt, because if that was a full health mini P.E.K.K.A., you have a much more serious chance of actually getting to the tower and doing some damage. And it seems like they're both just base racing at this point, but we've seen from watching other games how base racing can really get you in trouble. We've seen players just throwing their elixir away at the tower, hoping to try to pull off that last minute, just to try to grind them out, and then other players are taking advantage of that and putting big unstoppable pushes down during that time. So both these players have to be very careful about when and where they sling fireballs and poisons, because if you just throw a bad poison, that could sign your death warrant. Ooh, get in there! Ooh, is there gonna be a poison? Oh god, the mini P.E.K.K.A. can't reach! Look, the mini P.E.K.K.A. there! He kept pushing behind the giant, but he wasn't actually reaching to the enemy mini P.E.K.K.A. That is a great poison. That was the opposite of a bad value poison, because it did a lot of work to that mini P.E.K.K.A. It took out the Inferno Tower and the Princess behind it. Even though Rival Sam is closer to winning, he cannot Fireball. He needs a Fireball and a Zap in order to win. He might have just used those cards. This is Rival Sam's last chance to win this game before Alpha Lido steals it, but finishes him off with 6 elixir worth of spells. The miner might be enough just to do it. Oh no, the mini P.E.K.K.A. swings! And Alpha Lido takes it. The 7th place player defeats the 8th place player, knocking him out. I would make a mad face too, Rival Sam. You do not have a lot of time to get back into this tournament. Only 11 minutes and 20 seconds to climb back up in there. Sio and Zadian are jumping into a game. Let's watch it from Sio's side. Oh, psych, they're not actually playing each other. They're jumping into a game at the same time, but Sio is playing Jujutsu. Ooh, mini P.E.K.K.A. Fire Spirit's great push. The Ice Spirit for 1 elixir, it's hard to beat that value. I mean, he just took 2 elixir of Fire Spirits off the board, not to mention buying time from the 4 elixir mini P.E.K.K.A. And this counter push looks pretty good. Even though his bowler is getting chopped up by those minions, and he takes basically the 3 for 5 on the right lane, he does punch through 20% of that tower's damage over there. And he does get the roll-off, which allows the goblins to go down. If that Ice Spirit had hit, that bowler probably would have taken some goblin damage, but the bowl did get off before the Ice Spirit landed.
Gotcha.
The poison's going to slow down the tower and let a few bulls get in here, but only two because the mini P.E.K.K.A comes in to clean up. With the Ice Spirit, no, the guards come down to block. Okay. Oh, another good Ice Spirit there. I mean, it's 3 elixir to 3 elixir. He's letting the miner just grind down on him on his tower. That's actually a lot of damage from that miner. The miner almost tied it up between Sio and Jupitsu, but I trust Sio's judgment because we have seen Sio put together some very good pushes. He knows when to take damage, knows when to save elixir. These decks are shockingly similar too. I mean, they're overlapped quite a few cards. Well, actually, no, not as many as I thought. Is a poison or an arrow going to come down? He'll probably end up zapping the minions here. Oh, but now would be a bad time to zap it. Guards come in to fight off the the goblins, and the zap comes in. And actually, you'd be totally fine letting that miner hit your tower, because that tower is not the one that's going to go down and decide the game. It's the left lane is really where all the action is. With 45 seconds to go, I think you can even arguably ignore that guy. Wow, what a bowler. He just took out 3 elixir worth of troops before even taking damage. Took out an Ice Spirit and 2 Fire Spirits right away. And here comes the guards down. If a poison comes down again and hits that poison, ooh, yeah, that's really good. Now the mini P.E.K.K.A, oh great, this time it distracts and turns around the bowler, so the bowler's not dealing damage to the tower, but that mini P.E.K.K.A has already had its fate sealed by the next bowler in line. There's always another bowler. Oh no, so he plays the zap there, but those goblins and minions come in really quick. He's got to play the minions on, the miner on defense. Oh wow, he's really starting to kind of lose the grip on that right side tower. And Jupitsu might be able to pull this off by splitting the damage between the 2 towers. As you can see here, both towers are actually about at equal damage now, whereas before I was saying that it wouldn't really matter that much. Well, here come the guards in there to do a little bit of damage. Those last second goblins do come in. Do the guards even get a little chip damage on the tower? Oh my god, they're going to get a lot of chip damage on the tower. Whoa! Now the tower is now only about 1 miner and a poison away from dying. Maybe a little more minor poison zap from dying. I don't really think that bowler was a good play there, but he's actually using it to distract a little bit. Doesn't get a single bowl off. Uses the zap to fight that. One more. I think the poison might do it there. One more click of the poison, and Sio takes it. He knew exactly how much damage he needed to do to win that. Mwah, very good, Sio. Kings of Iran 3. Vahid, Ace, Ojax, Alpha Lido, Zadian, Master Sparky, Sio, and Mr. Jess with 7 minutes to go. And you know what? Zadian's braver than I am, because with a 25-cup lead and 7 minutes to go, I might sit back. And another Kings of Iran player. So far, this game is looking pretty deadlocked, pretty tied here. Tombstone is going to be a very big challenge for Zadian's deck to deal with. And those actually skeletons are really good against the guards because they're distracting random guard attacks as well as helping take off the shields. Tombstone, one of the most underrated cards in the game, for sure. Let's see if I can see what is. That Lava Hound is kind of crazy because it's a lot of elixir, but it does distract the Musketeer and allow all the stuff up front to kind of fight and distract. The Miner comes in perfect timing to help tank for a little bit of those lava pups, but that Prince who finally gets his chance to hit the tower is coming in. Zadian knocks this tower down with 1:12 to go. The game's not over yet. He's got 1950 health on that left tower, 2450 on the right tower, and under a minute to go. Ooh. The Lava Hound's coming down on the left side. And the funny thing is, actually, with only 17 seconds left, you might be better off just ignoring that thing. the skeletons are going to do more damage than the lava hound, and you actually don't want those pups to come out. So I actually think that with 9 seconds left, he's actually more likely to lose here. Oh, wow, he uses the zap and the guards as a distraction to hold off with 400 health left, and Zadian pulls the game off. All right, Zadian, there's only, let's see, just under 5 minutes left, and Vahid is in second place. Zadian is tied at 413 trophies in second. Everyone's kind of jumping into a game here. Master Sparky's hoping to hold on. Pretty close, though. Master Sparky might have to jump into a game here with 7 minutes left. We'll see. Ooh, the zap is a really good thing there to help not just stop the Sparky's attack, but as long as it's in poison, the Sparky is actually going to charge up every 6 seconds instead of 5 seconds because the poison slows the attack speed, which also slows the charge speed. CO trying to punch his ticket into the top 8 here with that minor poison, countered pretty well by the Mini P.E.K.K.A, but the Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to encounter a pretty mean old Inferno Tower. Big value poison there on the right side, but I'm just not sure that Chris of Clan Royale is going to be able to put together a significant enough push here in overtime to kill that thing, although if you ever were going to, taking out 2 Elixir Collectors at once with a single... oh, he's going to jump! Oh, and he does hit the tower! That's a huge difference! Is it going to go down? It does! CO takes it with an Ice Spirit! Can you believe that? The Ice Spirit was the difference in that push. The Ice Spirit jumped on the Mini P.E.K.K.A that was so close to the tower that it ended up freezing and dealing that 100 damage, little tiny bits of damage to the tower. Oh my god, everyone's jumped in here at the last minute, including Master Sparky. And Zadian in chat says, first time not tilting in a 2-hour tournament. Zadian in second place is putting the pencils down. Oh no. Oh, actually, Master Sparky ends up blowing them all up, and the Ice Spirit goes down too. The X-Bow is free. Oh, the barbs could not have come in a more last second. The Mini P.E.K.K.A had already pulled the arm back right before getting blocked. I think those Fire Spirits will do a good job at holding off the barbs a little bit, but that tower is already down. And once Master Sparky gets ahead, it is very hard to recover because he has both Mortar and X-Bow, both of which can be played defensively. A center-placed Mortar, I'm actually surprised it's even attacking, because a center-placed Mortar is brutal. Oh, and that Princess is going to fire away. Doink! Oh, the rocket comes in to help finish off that furnace. But he seems like he's opening himself up to quite a counter. The Princess didn't die. The actual things didn't quite hit her. Taking a lot of damage here on the right side tower. And I guess you're going for that 2-crown win, but for what? Just play the X-Bow in the middle. Just play the Mortar in the middle. Don't even let this happen to you. Ooh. Breaking my heart, Master Sparky. Oh man, center-placed Mortar right now. Center-placed Mortar. Fight that furnace from afar. Yeah, there we go. So the X-Bow here is both going to draw things towards it, keep it off the tower, while also shooting pretty much anything on the opponent's side of the board without much trouble. The Inferno Tower will both tank hit points and also help defend against all these enemies. Wow, that's going to be very hard without something like a rocket or fireball to punch through, and Harry's deck has neither. 10 elixir on Master Sparky's side, whereas Harry only has 3 left. There's a ton of elixir to defend with. I think Master Sparky's feeling very confident in this win. And just ends it with the high-value arrows. Master Sparky in the 8th spot. A loss would have knocked him out of the bracket events with probably not enough time to recover that position. Wins that last game. Ace, Alphalito, Vahid, Zadian. Vahid could lose this spot. I'm surprised that... Oh no! 2 Kings of Iran people are playing! And it looks like Vahid might lose to his clanmate, or alliance mate, I guess, CO. CO, who had been sitting right on the brink of top 8, really trying to make it. Vahid comfortably at the top, but the trophies are so tight at the top of the ladder that losing 30 or 40 trophies could absolutely knock you out of the top 8. And there we go. Vahid is going to get poisoned out by his alliance mate. I cannot believe that turn of events. He didn't have to play. Vahid was really not in any risk of falling out of the top 8, even though he was in the 3rd or 4th spot because he had like a good trophy lead. Vahid falls, but to 7th, he's still in. CO is in 1st place now, and the tournament has ended. Very lucky of Vahid to pull that off. Patrick King, who I've heard plays kind of a weird deck, maybe not Trifecta today. Mr. Jeskin, Zeus, Rival Sam, and AS bump back into this. This game had just started too, so we've got about 2.5 or more minutes to see how this is going to wrap up. Ooh. I'm real nervous here, because if Zeus wins, he might bump out the 8th place spot. Actually, if those 9th, 10th, 11th place players win, they could theoretically bump out Vahid and some of the other people sitting there at 7th and 8th. Oh no. Johnny in chat says that he would have finished 10th if he stopped, but he went on tilt. I feel you, buddy. I'm a big tournament tilter as well. I had a tournament not too long ago where I was in 2nd or 3rd place on Rum Hamilton on my free-to-play account, who really needs the cards more than my main account, and ended up losing my last 3 games in a row and finishing in like 30th or something after being 2nd or 3rd.
Let's go.
It reminds me of Woody. Oh no, Woody. Yeah, Woody and I don't look anything alike. I don't know if we even have a similar casting voice now that I think about it. The one casting voice I don't have, as we wrap this tournament up, the one I don't have is the like, yo, 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 it's your boy Rum Ham, Rum Hammy, brr, 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 brr. I'm here, Rum Hammy, it's your boy with the smemes and the dankness. Like, I don't do that voice. I don't do like the radio DJ voice that a lot of people do. I couldn't tell, by the way, if you were saying if Woody's tall or not. I don't know if Woody's tall or if BBXH is short, because that could have gone either way. Because I noticed that, like, all of the... I think Woody might just be really tall, because when I saw all the kids come on stage, like all the, like, teenagers, they looked really short. I mean, Woody looked like a giant compared to these teenagers. And I don't think teenagers are that short. So I think Woody might be, like, 6'5". All right, here we go. Pushing the Ice Wizard back into it. This is a very serious looking push coming down here. Even with, okay, by zapping the Inferno Tower, he's able to reset it to a little colder than it was before. But I'm shocked at how good Alpha Leto's been able to hold off this defense. That looked like a terrifying, unstoppable attack. And very quickly, it kind of disappeared. Well, the Musketeer actually ends up getting in for 600 damage. Pretty good. Oh, Woody's 6'5", I can believe that. I co-host with a fine fellow named Rainey. Rainey actually started the Super Magical Cup. I joined it in week 3. Oh man, the poison's going down. And the mini pack getting knocked off the bowler and back into the poison's pretty strong. I don't think that Giant's gonna actually make it there to do one punch. Does not. I mean, the damage is getting through, but it seems like the main source of damage is actually the poison. All right, what's he going to do? He's going to play the Inferno Tower. It's a little early, and I'm pretty sure these guards are going to do decent work at putting some damage on it. Oh, this bowler's not going to do a lot of work to that Mini P.E.K.K.A, but that Mini P.E.K.K.A will kill it real fast. So once again, the poison is slowing down, it's heating up, and then the zap resets it so it starts to heat up all over again, still with the slow attack speed. Uses another Inferno Tower to drag it all the way to the other lane, but leaves the Mini P.E.K.K.A, and the Mini P.E.K.K.A swings once. No, the guards get in for a few swings, one bowl, and that is the game, folks. If we have any more... Oh, the tournament is now over. CO, Ace, Zadian, Master Sparky, Zeus who moves in, Vahid who holds the line, Alpha Leto gets in at the last minute. Fire Bravo, and my serious condolences to Patrick X King, Mr. Jess, AS, Rival Sam, Revzon, Fancy, Ojax, and all those other fine folks who were as close as they could get. Big shout out to all the way down to the 20th spot who gets 100 card chests. Harry, Rain, Petro, Virus, Mohammed, Barack, Chris, Magic, and etc. All those people down to 70 card chests. Even 70 and 55 card chests are very, very good. Nothing to sneeze at. Congratulations to our top 8. If you are in the top 8, if you are CO, Ace, Zadian, Master Sparky, Zeus, Fire Bravo, Vahid, or Alpha Lido, leave your current clans and go to a clan called Reddit Mini. I will be there in one hot second. Hold on. Just make sure you do BRB. BRB re-invite soon. Doink. I hate leaving this clan because I'm the leader. Now who's the leader after this? No, I don't know if I can actually leave on this account. Because then I give up leadership of this guild. I can't do that. No, maybe I have to. Okay. And we're going for Reddit Mini. Get me in this clan. Okay, folks. Actually have an idea. While these people, are we gonna how does this work now? Tell me, mods, how we're gonna do this. Live spectate each game, or do they play and we watch after? I'm up for either. Oh wait, we're gonna live do every game. All right. 3 of 8 so far. We got Master Sparky and Zadian. 2 of 8. I don't think Brady or Isla Nub are actually in there as well. I think it's live. Live it is. Usually everyone just plays at the same time we watch who we want. Okay. That makes sense. Well, best of 3, same deck. Okay, so yeah, here's the rule. Yeah, so the rules are being put on screen right now. There are no deck changes. It's best of 3, single elimination. Whatever deck that you play in game 1, you have to play in games 2 and 3. And it'll be best 2 out of 3 at that point. You'll ask, I hope we can watch live games in SMC too. Actually, the problem is when we do live games, you don't get to see what's in their hand, which makes it harder to analyze the games, and also you don't get the match previews where you get to see the deck lists up front. So I kind of like how we do it at the SMC, but I also like live spectating. Live spectating is a lot of fun. Doink, doink, to doink. Oh no, gotta set a new thing up. Actually, while I'm at it, I'm going to be right back to this account. Well, I'm going to stay here. I've got to open a new chest on my free-to-play account. It's been 3 hours. Yeah. My free-to-play account's getting real close, by the way. Oh, was the Toronto thing? Oh, I've been invited to join a clan later, 3 minutes ago. Oh, no. While we're waiting for all we're doing right now, if you're just tuning in, I'm sorry, is we're waiting for the remaining people to join this clan. We need, I don't think it's O and X. We need Ace, Master Sparky, Zadian. Here, we can actually take a look at the tournament. We're looking for these top 8 players. CO, Ace, Zadian, Master Sparky. Zadian, Master Sparky made it in. Ace made it in. We're looking for Zeus, Fire Bravo, Vahid, and Alpha Lido. And if we miss anyone because they can't make it in, then we'll take in Patrick King and Mr. Jess and AS and all those other fine folks. Ooh, my free-to-play account's so close. Look, folks. 29.53. Rum Hamilton's getting there. And you know what's even worse to taunt me even more is I've said that if I ever have a level 7 giant, I'll make it to legendary. 99 out of 100 on that giant. Like, I'm one giant short from getting it to level 7, and I'm 50 trophies away from it. Next time. Only 3 of 8 so far. Well, that's actually really good news for Patrick King, Mr. Jess AS. Hopefully they didn't storm off, because there might still be a chance for them to get into this top 8. Yeah. Patrick, come on in. Hit me, Alpha Wolf. You got a question? Rum Ham will pay so much dollars from a lesson for you, Rummy. Oh, buddy. You can just like give me money if you want to do that. I'm kidding. I actually am trying to become a coach on Mastery GG. I sent an application. They said they've closed their coaching applications right now. So yeah, I'm not currently one of their coaches, but I would like to be one if they open up their coach applications anymore. We're looking for more people. If you're in the top 8, you're supposed to join this clan so that we can have a bracketed tournament. CEO, Ace, Zadian, Master Sparky, Zeus, Fire Bravo, Vahid, Alpha Lido. They may not even know to watch the stream. They may have just gotten the password and peaced out. So what are we doing? Have we got more in? Let's take a look. Oh. Brady is going to the other clans to get the Kings of Iran people. It's funny. Yes. CEO, Zeus, Fire, Vahid, Alpha. So we'll take a little break. And while we're taking a break, I guess I'm going to go ahead and biggity battle on the ladder. Check back every 3 minutes. God, this deck's not going to be good on the ladder. Neither is this one because I have a level 1 Lumberjack. I'm going to keep mortaring people. We've got the top 8 matchups on Challenge. The link is in chat. What am I supposed to do? Wait, hold on, I'm supposed to be battling. No elixir for you. Stop it. Oh, God. I don't have my mortar. Like, that would be a perfect time to set up the mortar right there. Just didn't have it. All right, well, we're going to have to play defense then. Got to avoid that poison that's invariably going to come down. Cool. And then arrows comes down, which is a good time to set up ye old minions. Get in there. And I'm pretty sure that was a desperation arrows on his part. Couldn't get my other minion out in time. Well, I'll do that then. And either way, the funny part there is that he was so focused on fighting the mortar that he ended up letting the other side deal way more damage. So now I can actually switch back over to that side for the next push. Unfortunately, and I sort of understand why Master Sparky's deck runs 2 siege weapons now. Oh, that was really badly timed. It's okay. All right, drop that golem. Play that golem. Play that golem. Play that golem. Guess who only has 2 elixir? It's you. I played the Ice Spirit just to, like, if in case anything was coming out, I would have an answer to it. But here we are, folks. Now the nice part is that golem is actually going to fight the mortar while doing that. Buddy. Oh, wow, it's going. I gotta get these fire spirits down. Alright, so he has to do something. Get him! Should have waited a little longer for that guy. Got him. Mortar. No epic, no legendary mortar deck. That's a real deck. Okay, who else have we got in here? Brady. Let's try to get the other people in. Patrick X King, Mr. Jess coming on in. Let's get all caught up. Brady's going to the other clans to get the people. These 5 are who we're looking for. Seo, Zeus, Fire, Vahid, Alpha. Jess is going to come in and replace. Patrick is going to come in and replace. 9 and 10. All right. So, yeah, they're not coming. Okay, getting caught up. All right, so the other 3 people then is, let's keep going down the list. We're also looking for Seo. The Kings of Iran people, I guess, aren't coming. So Vahid and Seo can't make it. So Ace, Zadian, Sparky are already here. Zeus, Fire, Bravo, Alpha, Lido. Last call, I guess. I mean, we'll go ahead and bring in more people. So we've already got Patrick and Mr. Jess. I think AS, Rival Sam, and Revzin can kind of see if there's a spot open for them. So we're actually looking for the top 8 highest performing people in this tournament in order to get them in. And we might go kind of deep here, so don't actually walk away if you're, Fancy or Ojax or whoever. You might have a shot. Do. Yeah, Rez, Fancy, join the mini clan. All right, cool. We'll give it 3 more minutes, see if they can't sort it out and find some more people. And in the meantime, it's such a stupid deck. I can't play this deck because the Lumberjack, like everything's too low level. This is closer. Where's the minions at? Yeah. Let's give this one a shot. Oh yeah, Zeep the Redditor. You can replace Ice Spirit with skeletons pretty much at will in decks. I mean, they're good against different types of cards, but really the purpose is to be a cheap cycle card and a situational elixir advantage defense. Oh god. I don't have Fireball in this deck. Go, fellows! Woo-hoo-hoo. I think we're going to take that tower down. A little too late for that little barb. So I know he has a miner in this deck, which is good for me, because I'm really good at defending miners, so I just have to wait till I kind of feel that come out. I want to go down this lane. I'm actually going to play my Elixir Collector on this lane on purpose, because I want him to miner it, so I can have my defense go down that lane as opposed to like whatever other lane. Oh, we're going in. He played the Collector. I know you're short on Elixir. No. Let my mini P.E.K.K.A. live. Doink. Doink. And why not? More pumps. Oof. Look at those barbs not getting one hit by a prince. Tournament cap! Save me! I was trying to push him off, see if that even works. Get in there! Nope. Alright, well, 45 seconds to go. Not having a Not having a fireball really hurts against this deck, but we're doing all right. Tank, get in there and tank. I need you. You're meant to be the tank we can all rely on. I love fighting minor decks with this deck. Good game, well played. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, smoky artichokey. Let's get into this top 8, buddy. Oh, we're still looking for people, I guess? Zeus and Fire Bravo. Vahid was in Kings of Iran. Oh, they're all closed due to a private 600-player tournament, so we can't get into the Kings of Iran. We're looking for Zeus and Fire Bravo. Yeah, so Jess already got in. We're still looking for... Where'd that tournament go? Are we just going to have to do a top 4? Pretty good prize payout, though. Dude's running away with some tournament chests no matter what. Do. Well, we got time for a few more. Ace is there. All right, buddy. We're opening this crown chest. Do what? Why do streamers and YouTubers that they never gem their chest cycle? What are you talking about? I've done gem them all. Like, what are we doing, Kai Fong? You gotta play some cards at some point. Oh, the zap! I forgot zap doesn't work on my... zap kills my ice spirit because it's underleveled. Yeah, that's not good. Alright, those two can fight each other then. Boink!
Bullseye.
Well, now I can finally pump up. I think he's ahead of me in elixir, so I'm gonna let Kai Fong. So Kai Fong, it looks like he's 2 to 3 elixir ahead of me. I'm a little leery about pumping up right now because I think I'm gonna need to, do something. Ooh, good zap. That's the longest zap I've ever seen in my life. That's right. Zap is one of those, freeze. Freeze is one of those cards that is like the only card that scales more than any other card. So it's way tougher at the top of the ladder than it is in tournament caps or whatever, because it's not just like a hit point scaler. All right, this is gonna be a counterattack that you are gonna wish you were never a part of. Psych. You're not going to be bothered by it at all, actually. Get in there, mini pack, swing once. He did a pretty decent job tying that up. Now I'm worried about this Hog Rider. Because again, I want to pump up, but I can't pump up ever. Because he's going to Hog Ride on me. Watch. Here comes this Hog. Okay, I actually do not care about the princess at all. Like, in any way. So you freeze me? Nice. Come in with the... Okay, so he's going to freeze on defense, which actually is not that good here because he doesn't have a lot of other stuff killing it. Oh, actually, I thought I had 2 minions there fighting. Oops, I didn't go out so hot. Gotcha. More pumps. Okay, now I think I'm still pretty dead here. We might be able to take this out. I think he just killed me with like a... my god, we're gonna get there!
Gotcha.
That is so close. Good game. All right, we're gonna start this top 8 now for real. I think we've been letting people in. Locked and loaded to go, and hey, what a better way to end my games in the Reddit mini tournament than with a magical chest. Beep boop. Thank you very much. All right, let's get this bad boy going. We have Rival Sam, Apex Predator, Swoop, filling in the gaps. Ready. And let's check out the Reddit Mini Tournament Challenge, which has been updated now. Not quite updated yet, unless Fire Bravo made it in. Fire Bravo did not make it in, but he's still in the challenge bracket, so who's... There it is. Rival Sam got in. Okay. Pretty good. We got... the bracket is now updated. And let's see if I can pull this onto my screen somehow. I might just do a little screen capture. Yeah, let's do it. Tournament is over. Reddit mini part is over. So let me screen capture while you guys are getting the game started. Window capture? No, it's like trying to figure out how to actually do OBS, not that great. Bracket? Yeah. Do not capture cursor, though. We'll go ahead and zoop this thing down. Yeah, this will actually work just fine. And we're going to put the bracket down below the actual game. This is this is how you see how the sausage is made, folks. There we go. Oh. Oh, God. That's right, actually. I have a weird side thing where it's got to go like this. But then behind the video oh, that's right. I can't... this might not work as well as I wanted to. Okay, well, let's put it over here then. And I'll show each round. So we'll have each round going like this. Let's go ahead and watch Master Sparky, Rival Sam, starting him right now. So Master Sparky opening with a pretty, I mean, that's... Okay, so the reason why you open with Mortar against Lava Hound is that you know with 7 Elixir off the board that they're not going to have a lot of good answers to... Oopsies, yeah. They're not going to have a lot of good answers to the Mortar with only 3 or less Elixir. So the Mortar got in and did a lot of damage there. The downside is that Master Sparky used his arrows a little bit too early, and now those pups could do a good amount of damage, but of course they're chasing the Valkyrie away. It was a good way to preserve his tower from taking too much damage there. But this mini P.E.K.K.A. might just clean it back up. No, the barbs come in just in time. If I recall, there should be a Mortar in Master Sparky's hand. We'll see if he plays it right now. Oh, that's an odd Mortar because he's got to shoot twice. I didn't like that Mortar at all. I think that Mortar should have been on the left side when the barbs were crossing the river. He waited till 10 for it, but like kind of for what, really? Well, actually, maybe I'm wrong, because it looks like he just baited the thing, baited the Inferno Tower in the middle so he could go ahead and drop the X-Bow. But I did not expect the balloon. Either way, the balloon doesn't make it to the tower, which is really what you want, even though it counters the X-Bow. Not taking any damage from it is pretty huge. And now Rival Sam is free to play his Lava Hound, knowing full well that there will not be a Mortar or X-Bow coming at it, because it was 2 of the last 3 cards played. Ugh. Oh no, so once again we've got the poison already down on the field, the mini P.E.K.K.A. and minions coming through. That mini P.E.K.K.A. is clear to just start swinging on that tower, and he's going to do it, he's going to keep doing it, oh god! And here we go, the lava pups are going to come out, the balloon will start tanking. Oh, the balloon gets killed by the rocket. Very smart move by Master Sparky there, because that balloon would have really taken him down. I think the biggest mistake that Master Sparky made there was actually playing the early Inferno Tower, which really not only takes a lot of health and time off of the Inferno Tower, but telegraphs your defense really badly. I think this is a very interesting play here. Really just going to try to go to take down that tower with 15 seconds left. Ooh, okay, that last one does go down. So here we are, though. Not a lot of time left for this Expo to work that tower down. But he did hold off a Lava Hound, so he knows it's going to take quite a while until this opponent can get back in, unless... Oh, no! That's exactly what he didn't want, which was the Mini P.E.K.K.A to take one swing, and with Poison, that is end of game one for Master Sparky. Caught off guard by a balloon, really, and an early Lava Hound that allowed Rival Sam to take game one. I don't think the rocket was panicked, Zeep Director. I mean, I think, yeah, like, obviously, it was last minute, it was kind of fast, but rocket nearly one-hits a balloon, and it allowed the towers, like, the tower locking onto the balloon to do one shot or so to it. While they're getting started here, let's go see what's going on in the Ace Swagmaster game. With only 15 seconds left to go, we can jump back into game two of Master Sparky real soon. Ooh, 400 health left. I mean, so I was gonna say, that rocket, I don't think that rocket was panicked, because your only other option there was what? Die? Like, so I think it was fine. And there we go, Swagmaster drops game one to Ace under a poison right at the start of overtime. There we go. Master Sparky, Rival Sam are just getting started with their game. And it opens with an early balloon and mortar play there. That balloon is not going to make it to the tower, though, allowing Master Sparky to defend. Only 2 cards have been cast by Rival Sam. And they are Inferno Tower and Balloon. That tells me you're in for quite an interesting game. Oh, thank you. The P.E.K.K.A. Riding dirty on people. I do love me some P.E.K.K.As. Miniature size, full size, doesn't matter. Master Sparky and Rival Sam are in more of a mind game sort of match than most players in this first round of the tournament, because the timing of Balloon, Lava Hound, and of course the Mortar and Expo, they're really like trap sort of cards. You're really trying to set up your opponent as much as possible. Oh no! Master Sparky! The Rival Sam's Inferno Tower is 1 square out of range. And that unfortunately meant that 5 elixir was for the most part wasted. And that last minute Valkyrie comes in to help distract, but Valkyrie's not good against Valkyrie's not good against Mini P.E.K.K.A, so the Mini P.E.K.K.A chops through it and does get to the mortar, but it allows the mortar to get off a few more shots, and of course, does enough damage to keep the Mini P.E.K.K.A from actually hurting the enemy tower. Inferno Tower is out, but Balloon is up. Does he have an answer for Balloon this time? He doesn't! The zap, the preemptive zap comes down on those Fire Spirits. Rival Sam knew exactly what to expect out of his opponent and capitalized on it. Now, unfortunately, this mortar, while distracting, may not get... It's only going to get the 1 shot off. I think that I would say that puts Master Sparky in an elixir disadvantage, but he doesn't really feel that far behind. He maybe is 2 elixir behind. The problem with those early Inferno Towers is, if you look, it's already lost about 10% of its health, if not more. Pulls some of those minions over as well, which at least reduces the amount of damage that thing has to take. Oh, wow! I don't think that rocketing the balloon's an accident. I think that's like a legit good play. Because look, the balloon's not getting to the tower afterwards. And you happen to be hitting... the lava pups that are coming out shortly after. Oh, it does lock on. The Valkyrie was just a little too short. And the Valkyrie is not reaching the Mini P.E.K.K.A, unfortunately, either. Once again, Balloon. Is he going to drop the Fire Spirit again, or is he going to let that happen? Looks like he might be willing to let that happen. Hitting the minions after. And I think he's just going to let that balloon go, because the balloon is going to only take 1 shot, I think. Yeah. and he's happy to actually split that damage out. The barbs come down to block the Inferno Tower. Great adaptation by Sparky there. Knowing, like, kind of learning his opponent's patterns and trying to capitalize on it, and I think this might be the game here, unless something can come in to block. Yep, the Valkyrie blocks, and that allows the Expo to finish it off. Master Sparky ties it up 1 game and 1 game in their best-of-3 series. We're going to a game 3. That's a mind game between these two players. This is crazy. Lava Loon versus Mortar Expo? Let's see what's happening in Patrick King, Mr. Jess's game while they prepare for game 3. Whoa, Mr. Jess. Mr. Jess? I don't know, is that like, I don't know what the MRR is. Is it Mr.? Is it Mr.? This deck cracks me up. I mean, the funny thing is that Lava Loon and Mortar Expo are like the same deck to me, and that they're so like far left strategies that you just catch people off guard with it. Again, Master Sparky is really happy to open with that because that 4 elixir, like the best time to cast Mortar is when they're super out of elixir, and you're never more broke than when you've just spent all 3. So right away, gets 600 damage on that tower early on, about 700 damage early on against that tower, and has an elixir advantage on top of it. So it takes very little to no damage from that. Here comes an Expo. I was expecting a balloon. Without a zap in this deck, unfortunately, that Inferno Tower just works it over very quickly, but now he has to deal with the guards. That was 9 elixir for Master Sparky, 8 elixir for Rival Sam, and we're going to come down to about no damage on either person. Maybe a Barb gets a swing in. Probably not, though. So that was 1 elixir advantage for Rival Sam. Helps him get right back into the game. They're back to even now, although the damage advantage is still in Master Sparky's favor. Once again, the Mortar Lava Hound. That sequence of plays, Rival Sam has to figure out a way to change it up. Maybe to play something else instead of Lava Hound first, like guards or something, to bait out the Mortar, and then you can really counter it. Because every time this happens, Master Sparky's getting about 700 damage on the tower. He only needs to do this maybe 1 more time in order to win the game. And with the minions not coming in this time, I think actually Master Sparky's going to get to use his arrows very effectively. Watch, he's going to arrows right now. Or not. He's going to let it happen. Going to go ahead and tank it with the Valkyrie. He has the arrows available. I expect a balloon to come out now? No. He's going to hit point soak it with that. I wonder why he didn't play it on the other across the river. Because, I mean, that's fine, but that's way worse than actually playing it across the river and forcing Master Sparky to react to it. Master Sparky could just take that damage and or just let it cut through. And here we are. 50 seconds to go, and I think Master Sparky is going to advance 2-1 into the quarterfinals of this week's Reddit mini tournament. And yes, Lava Hounds were too slow. 30 seconds. That Lava Hound could already be at the tower, and with 30 seconds left, wouldn't do any damage to it. And yeah, without the minions backing it up, no way that gets there. But lots of time for that Lava Hound to get in there. But it's crazy. So that's such a smart, like, I think the rocketing is a really good idea. I think that's a legit combo. The rocket kills the Lava Hound, makes the tower retarget on the balloon, and then happens to also kill whatever mini lava pups happen to be nearby. That's good. Master Sparky is living the dream, buddy. That is like that is a homebrew deck, right? That is a deck that he came up with all on his own, and he has done very well with it. Got in the top 8 of this week's tournament, and now is in the top 4 of the bracketed finals. Yay. Ooh. Those guards are coming in. With the minor tanking form, they can do a lot of damage. They do about 86 damage per swing. So when you have 3 of them all swinging, that's 250 damage per swing. That's like a giant punch or a fireball every time all 3 guards get to attack. You cannot ignore those cards. Bowler comes from Apex Predator. I'm actually not sure what game this is between Zadian and Apex Predator. Both are members of Reddit Alpha, so these are old friends and rivals battling each other. Apex Predator playing the Rocket is his last card. This is a or maybe not. He is playing what's called Minor Inferno Control, which is a deck that is pretty much all defense. It actually doesn't really intend on attacking much ever. It pretty much just grinds and grinds and grinds on defense, using only poison and minors to punch through little bits of damage, winning usually pretty late in overtime. Good distraction of the back bowler, or turning the bowler around so that the Hog Rider can get up close there. He's going to get one more swing. He does get one more swing. Oh, wow. So we're going to go to a very close game here with 10 seconds into overtime. This could be anyone's game. If the poison comes down, oh no. The Mini P.E.K.K.A. misguessing where that defense was could be the difference here in this game. There's no poison in Zadian's deck. Oh, wow. Apex Predator takes it. I don't know if that was game 1 or game 2 or game 3. Rival Sam. Zadian is out, leaving Apex Predator. At least Apex Predator and Master Sparky have advanced to the quarters. Let's watch this game real quick. And by real quick, I mean real quick. I think this is game 2 to 3 of their match. Good block there with the Inferno Tower on the right. Both get a pump out. The Musketeer is countered. Pretty much a neutral push here in the middle. None of those things are going to do any damage. They both get double pumps out, and Patrick starts to poison it. I do see a fireball, but he's not using it for anti-pump stuff. Damage is slowly getting split onto Patrick's side, which is what you would expect with the Three Musketeer deck. They usually split their cards up. Great push there on the left side, really going in aggro in response to the Giant. Oof. That Inferno Tower, it's crazy how it kills the Hog even with the Ice Spirit freezing it. And here comes Three Musketeers. Let's try to slow this one down a little bit. We're deep in overtime now. Let's watch it at normal speed. And it looks like it might be those Musketeers and minions there on the right, but no, they all get zapped away, leaving only 600 damage on Patrick's tower. Jess, again, doesn't have Fireball, so could Fireball it 2 to 3 times. Unless this is going to be too much. Where's the Valkyrie? Can afford to take that damage because the tower health is so much higher, but that Musketeer has earned way more than 4 elixir worth of value by just shooting over and over and over again. That was super weird, because if that had hit the elixir collector, not only would it deal damage and not hit the King Tower, but it would be so much better, I feel like. That seemed like a very accidental play, I hope. There it's back. One more Fireball wins the game. This is the opening that Patrick needs in order to win the game, but with the Inferno Tower out and the Ice Wizard on the board, I don't see it happening. Pew! All right. So we're watching Ace Master Sparky here in the quarterfinal round. This is the top 4. Mr. Jess is going to go on to the finals because Apex Predator can't stay any longer. It's kind of a last-minute join to help fill the spots and can't stay. So this will be the winner of this game will go into the finals against MRR Jess. Mr. Jess, I gotta ask in chat. What was that? How do you pronounce your name? How do you pronounce your name? Ooh, the Miner's getting some damage in, but it's not terribly significant. There's only about 400 damage that separate these two players. Master Sparky is behind on board because there is a pump down for Ace's deck, so he's got a few more in there. Oh no, the rare Expo, this is something I haven't seen a lot of, Expo and Mortar at the same time. I'm not really sure what causes Master Sparky to play this, like what's the situation that makes Master Sparky go like, yep, that's what I'm gonna do. But here we are. And that is a pretty good amount of health left on that. Uses the arrows to keep those goblins down. This Inferno Tower is gonna get a lot of value on those defensive on the defense, or the Inferno Tower gets him on the defensive barbs. The barbs were played to block the miner, which is already an expensive defense, and it's only going to get worse. But I think and once again the Inferno Tower gets played a little too far out of range. Oh, amazing. And that bowler is going to do work onto that setup, because not only do the barbs get hit, but the bowl rolls through them and still hits the Expo. I think this game might go to ace here, as I'm not sure how he can stop the miner from doing this much damage over the next, minute or so while doing 1,000 of his own. That's right, we're only one Sparky away. Oh no, we're one poison away from Master Sparky being out, and that is an exceptional prediction there. The Inferno Tower went down even before the other one, and it was enough to do it. Boink. And ace takes, I think, game 1 of that match. Master Sparky Ace game 2 begins. So if Ace wins this game, Ace moves on to the finals. Master Sparky is under pressure to tie it back up, but Master Sparky being so it's actually almost getting punished for being famous with this deck, because when everyone knows that you're an Expo Mortar deck, I can prepare for Expo and Mortar from the very, very start of the game. And Master Sparky is dealing with that fame, that infamy. Great, actually, that guards was not very good for Ace, because the Valkyrie is a good matchup against it. Now, the Bowler against those barbs is a whole other story. But with Bowler casting 5 Elixir on the other side, allows it to get out. The Inferno Tower does come out, but a little late, and I think overall, Master Sparky is happy with how that mortar went. I mean, 4 Elixir to do 500 damage is fine, and also forces the Inferno Tower out. So now what Master Sparky can do is either let it clock out while building up push and defense, or can actually play a center, defensive Expo and start shooting the Inferno Tower to guard for the next mortar that he wants to cast. That is a play that I haven't actually seen Master Sparky do that much, is use one siege weapon to set up for the other siege weapon. Mortar? No, I can't play Mortar now because the Bowler is going to completely wreck you. That lane is just already done for. Bowler is such an unbelievable defensive card. Boink. And there's an Inferno Tower down. The reason why he played that Inferno Tower so close to the river is that he's hoping it survives and sticks around in order to support a future siege weapon. It did not because of the poison and some of the other cards around it, but there's a reason why he played that up by the river and on the left as opposed to in the center or even away from the river. Ooh. Master Sparky, what are you going to do? Ace, can you close the game out with the Goblin Barrel? I'd love to see Goblin Barrel in the finals. I got nothing against Goblin Barrels. I sure do love that card. Oh, okay, so the Barbs are in there to try and swarm the Inferno Tower, and it works, but the Bowler comes in shortly after. Oh no, is this Bowler going to hit? He does. The rocket misses the tower, but it hits the Bowler, which is probably crucial in terms of clearing the path for that little guy. Oh no, it pulls the... Oh no, Expo goes down. So far, it's looking very good for Ace here. That left side tower is slowly being grinded down by, Goblin Barrels and Miners and Poisons and all that sort of stuff. It's making it hard for Master Sparky to regularly set up these defenses, and of course, arrows are not good. The arrows just knocked the shields off the guards, but didn't actually kill them, and that's gonna be it for Master Sparky's very awesome run through this tournament as he encounters a Miner Inferno Bowler deck that is just ready for the siege weapons, plays very expertly against it, and Ace moves on to the finals. Before we get into the finals, let's remember that you are not allowed to switch decks. It'll be Ace and Jess having to play the exact decks they've been playing earlier. So Jess has this Three Musketeers, giant Valkyrie deck with both Pump and Tower, and of course Fireball as well. And Ace is playing this Miner Inferno control, also with Pump and Inferno, but more of a Miner Bowler Poison deck, whereas Jess's deck looks to be a little bit more aggressive. Yeah, Three Musketeers at least give him a good split push going on. And here we go. The finals should be starting any second now. And for a fun little show-off thing, this is what it looks like when you're not allowed to request any cards. When you've maxed out all your commons and rares and there's nothing left to request, you just get a gray button. Oh! So they really have to release new cards like for me to start getting back to my requesting. Do. Oh man, I don't want to get that minor. Minor in the shop. No, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Waiting on Ace and Jess, who finished, let's see, in the actual tournament standpoint, Ace finished second, earning a 400 card chest, and Jess finished 10th, the last place of the 140 card chest. So both of these players finished top 10 in a 2-hour, 300 player tournament. Ace's deck is this one on the left here. Minor Inferno control with Goblin Barrel and Bowler. It's kind of the cute cards in it. Any other matches to look at? Patrick King, Running Trifecta, Zadian, the Hog Cycle. I struggle in the opening, but I don't have... Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Ooh, yawn cat. All right. Alpha Wolf asks, my question regarding the Four Horsemen deck. The Four Horsemen deck is, real quick to bring it up for reference, it's something like this. It's at least... Wait, oops. It's something like this, where it uses the 4 charging melee attackers. If you don't have Pump in your opening hand, you have a few options. You either Princess behind the King Tower, or if they play Pump, you double Prince them at the river, or if they don't Pump, you play a Prince or like a Mini P.E.K.K.A. behind your King Tower. The reason why, or Lumberjack, the reason why you do Lumberjack, Mini P.E.K.K.A. or Prince is that you probably have another single target melee attacker, but you don't have another Dark Prince. So Dark Prince needs to be the one that you hold and use situationally when you know it's going to work, but feel free to throw out the single target melee attackers early behind your King Tower because you can, if they play like a giant in the other lane, you'll always have another one to attack shortly after with. Let's get this battle going. Get me into a tournament. Oh. Battle. What do I do for the next few minutes? Actually, the bracket had been updated, so let me go ahead and move this. Doink. Where's it at? Bracket. So now we're in the finals between Ace and Jess. Unfortunately, I don't know how to... Yep, I might have just gotten blown out here. So we're in the finals between Ace and Jess. I'll go ahead and put up my nice little schedule. There you go. Did you ever share the Mortar deck? It's on my YouTube channel, actually. My YouTube channel, the Rum Ham. I did a video on this deck. Although I used Poison instead of Fireball, but I think Fireball is like legitimately better. What deck would you recommend for me to reach Legendary with Tourney Standard Commons, Rares, Epics, and a level 1 Log, Lumberjack, and level 2 Princess? You can absolutely hit Legendary with those cards, but giving you a deck list is not going to help you because you could absolutely take a good deck list and play it incorrectly. You know what I mean? So, like, if you have all those cards... Like, you can just play, like, Giant Poison, right? Like, Giant Poison will get you there. Double Prince can get you there. Giant Balloon, right? Like, there's actually, like, a ton of decks that that can get you to Legendary if you have all tournament-capped cards. But I guarantee you can also be playing a deck that is Legendary good, but if you misplay it all the time, you'll never get there, right? So deck lists actually don't help that much in this game because 2 players can play decks distinctly different. Oops, here we go. Oh my god, I missed the first minute. Sorry about that. I was trying not to look at the chat in case I spoiled someone's like Reddit name or something. But here we are. Game 1. You know, for 3 elixir, that Goblin Barrel does some damage, buddy. Oh no! Oh no! The Valkyrie, there's no Valkyrie in Ace's deck, and I don't see a bowler come out. He's going to play the Ice Spirit and the Guards to help buy some time there, and then the bowler on the left will work. Actually, very good defense. I thought that was going to go a lot worse for Ace than it did, but the 4 elixir combo of Guards and Ice Spirit was enough to hold off 2 Musketeers. We are on the finals now of the Reddit mini tournament. This is MRR Jess, Monsieur Jess, against Ace. These 2 players have fought their way through a 300-player, 2-hour tournament to make the top 8 cut, and have played in a single elimination best-of-3 bracket to reach the finals here. And with 40 seconds to go, Jess's right tower is very vulnerable, only needs a single, maybe like 2 to 3 poison ticks in order to lose this game, and Ace's towers are looking very sturdy right now. And there we go. That tower is down. If Ace can buy time and hold off for 15 seconds, which it looks like Ace is very much going to do, we'll take game 1 of the finals and advance to game 2. Jess, both players have to play the same deck, so they will be playing the same deck they did last time. Jess has to figure out a way to crack through this Inferno Tower deck with 3 Musketeers in order to win. Now, 3 Musketeers as an archetype, I think, is favored against these minor Inferno control decks because of the splitting and the timing and all that kind of stuff. But Ace has played really good defense, and Jess just can't seem to figure out how to get these pushes to be really effective and punch through for the end. Ranger asks, what's a good 3 Musketeer deck? I've played one with Knight and Miner, but people counter 2-line pushes very easily. I actually think those are one of the best ones. I think 3 Musketeers, like if you want to find good 3 Musketeer players, Darth Jar Jar of Reddit Alpha is a really good one. He does really well in the tournament scene with a lot of 3 Musketeer decks. And then Vizard from last week's Super Magical Cup, not yesterday's, but the one last week. Oh, he's got no change, so Jess is going to go ahead and scoop the cards and forfeit game 2 because it doesn't feel like he gets a way to beat that deck, which is crazy because I actually think that 3 Musketeers can beat it, but unfortunately the versions with Pump and Giant are a little less effective against these sort of minor Inferno things than the other. Oh, that's right. Rage X, as a player from my clan, got 2nd in Northern Arena. Now, I think so. If I had to give you a list, right, a 3 Musketeer list, I would say 3 Musketeers, Knight, Miner, Lumberjack, and if not Lumberjack, Mini P.E.K.K.A., but probably Lumberjack, Ice Wizard, Ice Spirit, Zap Log. Yeah, something like that. I think that might be like a 3 Musketeer list for you. Ace. Ace takes it home. We're going to have Jess just scoop those cards there. Thinks that he can't take down this Minor Inferno deck. Now, yesterday in the Super Magical Cup, we saw a lot of this Minor Inferno control using Bowler on defense. This deck is very hard to crack through, but it's funny because the deck's very bad at attacking as well. The deck can't attack to save its life. It actually cannot come back from a 1-0 deficit, but it's very hard to break through and knock down its towers. It defends hyper aggressively and just tries to grind you out with, minor, poison, and occasionally something like a Goblin Barrel or Guards getting through. Chicken Bob played a version of this deck that actually takes out Minor and Poison and dropped in a Rocket instead. It would just rocket you instead of minoring you. But yesterday, Bakalol took down the entire field on the back of a Double Prince Mini P.E.K.K.A. deck. Double Princes is a very good archetype against this kind of stuff because Double Princes don't get knocked back by bowlers. And they're pretty resistant to things like poison. The only thing in the deck you're really worried about here is Guards. Minor on defense isn't great. Inferno Tower can be bad, but if you have ways to deal with Inferno Tower, then you just get through it. So congratulations, Ace. Cool. Well, that concludes it for this Reddit mini tournament. Thank you very much for the Reddit mods for helping me out, both in chat and then also letting me cast their great weekly event. I've been watching these the last few weeks on Twitch on Sunday morning. It's kind of my Sunday morning breakfast. It's been awesome to host one as well. And good luck to everyone who, got to play in it. Make sure to check out Reddit next week for the next Reddit mini tournament. They're always on Sunday, hosted by a different caster each week. I'm not sure who's going to do it next week, but if you check out on Reddit, they'll have the info for you. Yeah, it's usually 300 players. It's pretty good. What's an effective way to defend Giant Poison Bowler deck? It's so strong. Three Musketeers is good against that deck, as is Minor Inferno Control, as is Double Princes. So there are ways around it. So yeah, congrats everyone for playing. I'm going to get back into my clan. This one. Okay. Now what was I doing? Oh, right. Rum Hamilton. It's been a long day of streaming, but we might have to go do this. Let me stretch a little bit, and we're going to do some Rum Hamilton. Just a little bit, because I'm going to hit Legendary, so it doesn't matter. We're going to hit Legendary right now on my free-to-play account. Ugh. I haven't given up on old Rum Hamilton. I'm going to stretch first and get another water. Another water and some stretch. I'll be right back. Woohoo! Ooh-wee. All right. Still got some toast. Give me a second to catch on up here. Eat a few toasty toasties. They're figuring out flares right now. They're making sure all the top people get their flares. Okay. Just chatting, eating and chatting, trying to get into tournaments. God. I've heard this is a better way to do it. Because this refreshes. Oh. For orange. Hey, Apex is here too. Look at that. That's Alex, my bad. Boy, it is hard to get into tournaments nowadays. Please, Supercell, make them more accessible. Buddy, if you have not ever had this bread, Japanese hotel bread, it would be a crime. It's like putting ketchup on a steak to put anything on this bread. It's called Japanese hotel bread. It comes in like a little box almost. It's real weird. Like the bread's all upright. It's not like a loaf of bread. It's like a weird upright bread. But it's so good. It's like eating a roll. It's like eating a dinner roll all on its own. Oh, that's right. You can't see Clash Royale. Yeah. Boink, boink. Back up. All right. Give me like 1 minute. I've just been talking for like an hour straight. I'm thinking about blowing some money on Goblin Huts here. Goblin Huts are only a handful of cards away from being leveled up, and that is like one of the most underrated cards in the game. This right here. This is the most underrated card in the game, probably. Nobody talks about Goblin Hut. Nobody plays this card. Let me hit you up. Let me give you some info. Actually, let me change the title as well. The title of my stream, I totally forgot. It still says Reddit Mini Tournament. It is not the Reddit Mini Tournament anymore at all. If you are under level 6 or whatever, and Why do I have a capture cursor here? Oh, because of the bracket. Got it. I was like, why is my cursor on screen? Okay. Change title. There we go.
Who wants Rum Ham?
I'm still eating this bread. It's so good. Japanese hotel bread. You know what I'm talking about? Japanese hotel bread. Huh, change game. It's a mukbang video. Okay. I'm gonna give you some. Let me give you some real truth here. Some real hammy truth. If you are Arena 4 or under, or Arena 5 and under, and you want to play the best deck you could possibly play to level up early from like Arenas 1 to 6 or whatever is Trifecta. Trifecta is such a good deck. It's so easy. You have all the cards really accessible. The biggest blocker is people say, hey, I don't have Elixir Collector. Well, if you play Goblin Hut in place of Elixir Collector, going all the way back to like Arena 2 or as soon as you can build whatever Valkyrie Musketeer deck you're starting to put together, Goblin Hut will get you all the way to Arena 6 very easily. It's like cartoonishly good. The only reason that this card isn't seen more is that Princess single-handedly keeps it out of the meta. Like, single-handedly keeps it out of tournaments because it's so bad against Princess, and Princess is one of the most common cards because it's the best legendary. So, if there was some world where Princess either gets nerfed or there's a lot of answers to Princess or something, I think a Goblin Hut deck could show up because Goblin Hut's real. I think it's better than Furnace. On its own, like as a siege weapon, as a thing that will slowly pick away at a tower, I think it's better than Furnace. Yeah. Furnace is actually, here's the thing about Furnace. Furnace's damage is finite. Like, those fire spirits can't do more than blank damage, and if they blow up early, then the total amount of damage your Furnace can do goes down. Goblins, because they stay alive, can do a ton more damage than a single fire spirit if you have anything that even resembles a tank in front of it, like a knight in front of it, allows 2, 3, 4 goblins to build up behind, and those things do way more than like 2 fire spirits could ever do. Yeah, Princess is far and away the best legendary. Like, even before the buffs, or the nerfs, I mean, it's the best legendary. Like, even when Miner had a deploy time, it was still, Miner was second to Princess. Don't I get really good XP taking cards from level 1 to 2? Like this? Yeah, probably. This was like some of the best value gold for XP, but I don't care about my XP anymore. I mean, this account is just a tournament cap account. Once I get to tournament cap with all these cards, we're done. Not done with the account, but like I'm not leveling up to level 8 and level 10 and whatever. Like, these cards are all going to stay at tournament cap forever. I will eventually hit level 10, player level 10, but I'm not going to be taking my commons and stuff up higher. Okay. Beat my little breadsies. Got my little wadas. Okay. Pop them backs. So this is going to go on YouTube, guys. Like, if you've never really seen my stream when I do free-to-play accounts, I make these videos for YouTube, and I don't talk to chat as much